Yeah, boy! Dude, I cannot wait. This is gonna be so lit. Can't wait, dude. Shay Relay. I'm like peeking the mic wicked bad and I don't even care. Welcome to the show, everybody. Episode 2, Phantom Menace. That's episode 1, I think. Dude, oh my god, I can't wait. This is going to be a blast. Welcome to the show. Let me see here. You know what I didn't prepare? I didn't prepare this. Hold on. Booyah. Oh my god. Scribbles Alex, dude. Scribbles Alex, dude. Welcome to the show. Welcome to episode 2. Welcome to episode 2. Dude, J Galaxy. Oh my god. J Galaxy is here, guys. Bill on Fryer Clone Wars with the correction. Thank you, dude. Oh my god. Guys, it's gonna be so lit in here. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let's just turn our music down here, guys. That's a little chiptune version of Ready to Die. Boy, episode 2. We got some friends. We got some friends here. Just gotta get my thing pulled up. That's your boy AGETV. You can go ahead and unmute your microphones, gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. We got AGETV.
Yeah. Yeah, boy.
We got Bill on Fryer, dude. Bill on Fryer's
dude.
here.
Hey.
We got AGETV.
Oh no, dude.
Oh my god. Guys, thank you so much for being on the show today. It means a lot to have some wonderful people like you here. Oh my god. Shay Relay says, "Hi Ross and Bill."
Hello, Chevrolet.
Dude, let's get a little video of my boy AGETV, otherwise known as Ross.
Hi, guys.
All right, so we are working on limited time here a little bit, so I'd like to kind of just jump right into it. So we've got Bill on Fryer here. This is Bill on Fryer. Twitch.tv/Bill on Fryer.
Hi.
TV/Bill on Fryer. And then we also have Mr. AGETV himself. Twitch.tv/AGETV.
It's me. I made it. I'm on TV.
It's me.
Somebody
You made
tell
it.
my mom.
You made it, Mom. You made it.
Get the camera, Mom. I'm on TV.
Get the camera and the giggle sign. Make sure to put it up. It's in frame.
Dude, I love the giggle sign. Can we talk about that? I love the giggle sign. He's in his sister's room. That's fantastic. So we'll just get right into it with Bill on Fryer here. We'll start with you. Sad Nintendo, thank you so much for dropping by, dude. Thank you so much for dropping by. Sad Nintendo is a fantastic viewer. He hangs out when I play Terraria. He is a good dude. So Bill on Fryer, I have had the pleasure of meeting you in person.
Yes.
A couple of times, actually. It's been a lot of fun. You are a very entertaining dude. I like your streams. They're always very hype.
I do what I can.
Now, are you just naturally a witty, funny dude, or what? Like, did you take like a community college course on improv, or is that like just?
Well, when I was in college, I actually did try out for the improv team there, and I made like a lot of dick jokes, and it was just like really bad. And then they didn't let me on the team, and I was like, "Can I swear on this? Is this a
Yeah,
swear
go for it. I don't care.
I said, "Fuck them," and I was like, "You know what? Improv's dumb. Comedy's dumb. I'm just gonna go make friends, whatever." 5 years later, I get out of college, and then I'm like, "Oh man, maybe I should take improv classes. I don't know. It seems really fun." So I did that, and now I do improv every Monday night. So
Dude, that's awesome. Where did you take the improv classes, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, well, yeah. So, well, I was doing stand up for a while too.
Oh God.
Yeah, I did stand up for like a year, and then I was like, well, I want to kind of branch out and try different things. And so I took a improv class at Improv Asylum in Boston, Massachusetts, on Hanover Street, and I met a bunch of cool people, and I just went through the courses and I finished that, and then I was on the house teams there, which is like it's like the entry level performance teams, and now I'm on a tenured house team, which is I just don't have to try out anymore, which is super dope.
You just don't have to try anymore.
Yeah.
Is that
Well,
because you're tenured? You don't have to try.
some philosophers of improv would say you should never try.
Fair point.
So
Touche.
and on Charles Bukowski's grave, which is he was not an improviser, as you may know, he was an author and a poet, but it's his gravestone says, "Don't try on." So take that little nugget home with you, kids. Sad Nintendo. Take
That's
that one home.
that's fair advice. Although you should probably try. I'm just gonna say you should probably try.
You probably should. Yeah,
Effort pays off.
Yeah,
Hard work and effort also pays off.
yeah.
Um,
Definitely pays off for sure. Definitely try.
Now you've been streaming for about the same amount of time that I have, right? 6 months.
Yeah, I started a little bit before the new year, so maybe a little bit more than that.
Yeah.
Maybe like eight to 10, I'd say. But it wasn't. I didn't have nearly as firm a schedule up until it was like after the new year. I was kind of like, okay, I'm gonna like buckle down and do it as much as I can and have a schedule. So.
I feel like consistency is really important in order for like natural growth to happen. I feel like consistency is key. But when you decided like I'm gonna stream,
Yeah.
like when you decided you know what, I'm gonna get on Twitch, I'm gonna live stream my gameplay. What made you decide that was something that you would even want to do?
Well, I mean, I'd been doing comedy for a while, and I really liked that, and I enjoyed that aspect. And I'm also a huge gamer, and I love playing video games and that kind of stuff. So I think it was always something I thought about, and I was like, oh, like who would ever want to watch me play video games and that kind of like self-deprecating stuff that I think everybody has those feelings, especially streamers. But
I know I do.
yeah, yeah. But then you're like, well, why the hell am I not doing this? I mean, it feels like a natural evolution of what I was already doing. And it actually, there was a moment where the theater, I had an opportunity to move up a little bit and to move to more of a professional, like I would be paid for shows and it would be a lot more writing, sketch, and performing on, I think, like 2 nights a week. And I was going to be moving into that realm a little bit. And that was kind of the time when I was like, well, I'm just starting to stream and I really enjoy it and people are kind of watching. So I kind of made a decision to focus my creative and professional energies, towards streaming and building that up, and then I decided not to take that opportunity at the theater, and because I wanted to keep improv more as like a social thing for me. So like I'm doing shows on Monday nights, but they're just like fully improvised, and it's with people I've been performing with for a while, so it's very casual and very fun,
Just natural and fun. Yeah.
yeah. And I didn't want to make it another job, I didn't want to turn that into a job. So I decided to focus those energies towards streaming and really get that consistency that you were talking about, and yeah, just do that. So
Well, I think it's hard sometimes too because I think so many of us start streaming because it is something that we enjoy. I mean, right? Like you have your passion, you have your passion of video games or whatever, and you kind of take it to that next evolution, like you said, like the next step, the next level, and it's a lot of fun. But I feel like a lot of people start to take it. What's the way I'm trying to say this? Oh, dude, spammed off Digstown. Thank you guys for being here. I feel like people sometimes take it almost too seriously, and like you said about the theater, like having it become like a job. That's sometimes when you do that, I feel like if I were to do that with Twitch, where I took it so seriously that like this is what I want my career to always absolutely be 100% of the time, like I don't know if it would still be fun, like finding that balance between enjoying yourself and doing what you're doing, and having it be something that you could potentially at least like live off of, sort of, even if it was just supplemental, like as a part-time job or something like that. I feel like it's hard to find that balance between still enjoying yourself and treating it like a job.
For sure. And I think that comes with almost anything that you're really doing. I mean, even if you have like a day job that you really enjoy, I think you can kind of turn that into, if you're doing too much or you're not working on projects that excite you, or working with a team that you like, I think there's a lot of that'll happen when you kind of get burnt out. And,
yeah.
And
you get that professional burnout.
Yeah, for sure. And I think with streaming, for me, this is like the creative endeavor that I have most consistently enjoyed and most consistently been able to find that passion for. Because I think I've always wanted to do something creative with my life, whether it's like I would write, fan fictions about my action figures when I was a kid, and like do like crazy, like I'd make video games with my friends that never happened, and like got groups of people together to make videos. And
oh, dude, I was in like 40 bands that never happened.
Exactly. And I think
we never had one band practice.
Right, but you have a ton of ideas, and you're like,
yeah.
we need a that really gets us, and blah blah blah, and you're just like, it's all putting the cart like miles in front of the horse, and you're just like not really thinking critically about it. And I think now that I'm kind of older and I've had so many creative endeavors build up and ultimately go nowhere, I think streaming is just about like, I'm the only one who's responsible for the content, so I don't need to rely on other people, which is huge, because it's hard to get people to do stuff when they're not getting paid. So,
number one, yeah.
Which is fine. And two, like,
by the way, Bill's not getting paid for this interview.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did. All right, so we have AGE TV here.
No, it's not. It was a joke.
It was a bit.
It was a bit.
Dude, yeah, it is hard to get people involved when there's no, like, I mean, there's a whole number. Spamdolf just subscribed, dude. Spamdolf, thank you for the sub, dude. Oh my God, Terry T. Oh, Terry T gifted a sub. Terry T, dude, gift sub hype. Dude, Terry wanted me to ask you, how do you feel? Since this is a true interview here. This is a real, asking the real questions. We're asking the real questions right now. How do you feel about monkeys? I've been told that they're one of your favorite animals in the animal kingdom. Is that accurate?
Fuck them, dude. All right, fuck them. Because I'll tell you what they are. They're bullshit little humans that didn't get off their ass and evolve, and they got nothing going on. They throw their poop, and oh, they're fine. Oh, they're cute. Like, they're like people. No, they're dumb animals, and they're stupid, and I don't like them. I'm not a fan. And in Resident Evil 0, they're motherfuckers, all right? Let me tell you. So much harder than hunters. They're smaller, faster, and kind of have the same amount of health as a hunter. That's ridiculous. That should not be I don't understand why you would make an enemy like that.
There's monkeys in Resident Evil 0?
Yeah, they're called eliminators. They're really fucking dumb. And there were no other games because they were dumb. And Capcom's like, wow, this is why people don't like Resident Evil 0. And it's, yeah, fuck 'em, man.
Monkeys on a train?
No, they weren't on the train. So that's like the most. So there's a game after the train section. A lot of people didn't make it through the train section because it was a weird game. But yeah, there's another mansion, and it's just, I hate it a lot. Actually, I have it up on my YouTube if you guys want to check it out. It's me playing through Resident Evil 0. It's really awful.
This is me not listening to you anymore. I'm sorry. Hold on. Twitter seemed really important at the moment. You lost me at like game after the train. I don't know.
Oh,
There was
fine.
there was in all reality though, Bill, there was another. Oh my God, what has happened? Oh my God, dude, I don't know what's going on. Terry had another question. He told me to ask you about monkeys and something else. Oh,
Probably bats.
bats and birds.
Oh, birds.
Yeah, bats and birds, dude.
Yeah, bats can fuck off too.
What's wrong with bats, dude?
Look, bats. First of all, are you a bird or are you a mammal? You know, are you laying eggs or is it a live bird? I don't know, man. Why don't you make up your mind? Second of all, there's a bat in Resident Evil 0.
Why is everything about Resident Evil 0?
Is what it taught me a lot about myself. Let's just say that I learned a lot about myself playing that game. There's a bat boss in that game that's bullshit. So yeah, fuck bats, man. And
What about
birds are cool.
birds?
I actually like birds. Birds are kind of like, I think they're fun because like sometimes they walk around, you know, and they have wings. You know, so like why wouldn't you just fly all the time? But like I love when they walk. Anyways, it doesn't. I'm a fan of birds. Bats and monkeys can fuck off.
Fair.
Let's just leave it at that.
That's fair. If you had any advice for somebody that is trying to take the leap and trying to decide whether or not, you know, streaming is something that they want to do, and they decide they're gonna do it, what's your advice for like a new streamer?
Yeah, just do it. Don't wait to get tech. Don't wait to get computers. Do it. Like there's always gonna be like 900 things you want. Like, oh, I need my green screen. Oh, I need my fucking like HD Logitech whatever fucking camera. Fuck, don't, just do it. Like, I still don't even. I stream off of a PlayStation camera on my couch, and it's, you know, it's great.
Dude, I
It's not
streamed
the
off the PlayStation 4 for months, and it worked. It worked beautifully.
It's awesome, and I think like you can. There's always going to be time to build up your setup and all that stuff. But like the most important thing about streaming is just streaming and actually doing it. And there's literally a marching band outside of my house right now. I don't know if you can hear that.
Bring the camera over.
Can you hear it?
No, just go right to the window, unplug, and just go to the window. Let's take a look at him. Can you see him?
Oh yeah, you can. Hold on.
Dude, guys, we got a marching band in Boston.
Can you see it? There's people standing.
Oh my God, there's a parade. Those people didn't sign the release.
Oh shit.
We're gonna have to blur their face out. So just do it, right? Just do it. Don't worry about the tech. Don't worry about the numbers. Don't worry about the tech. Just get in there. Just do it.
Yeah, and that, I mean, like I talk to a lot of people like in the improv community, because like they're also gamers and like huge nerds and stuff. So like, why would you not combine your like natural talent or your training for improv and your passion for gaming? And you know, everybody's like, oh, like I just need to get my setup right, or I just need to do this, that, or the other thing, and it's like,
there's always another Reason, right? Like, I'll be the first person to tell you that like I made a financial decision with a credit card that I probably shouldn't have. You know, and I bought a computer and I did all this stuff. I got like, you know, I got the camera, I got the green screen. Megan 88's here saying hello to Bill. you know, like I went out and I invested in the stream, right? And
Yeah.
while it's nice having the ability to do the things that I want to do, and the flexibility that having a computer gives you, I will be the first person to tell you that streaming from the PlayStation 4 or streaming from the Xbox is 100% a viable way of streaming, and you don't need all the bells and whistles in order to enjoy yourself and in order to have a successful stream. I mean, I felt like it worked fine for me with the PlayStation 4. I just, for whatever reason, I was like one of those people that was like, I got to take it to the next level. I got to take it to the next level. And it's like,
Yeah.
but in hindsight, you really don't, right? Like, you really don't. It'll happen when it happens. Like, there's no rush because
I think, yeah, and I think too, like ultimately, like once, and I'm kind of getting to that point. I think you probably already touched on this, but like,
thank you for the
get to a
bits.
point where you're like, oh, Megan with the fitty bitties, girl.
Thank you for the bitty bitties.
um, you get to a point where you're like, even just like what just happened, like that bit cheer, like all this crazy shit that you have on screen.
Diggs down,
like,
thank you for the bits.
you can't do that on PS4. You can't have like sub announcements. You can't have
Right.
like so much stuff.
You can watch your chat. The Spam Dolph, thank you for the bits.
Mandel,
Spam Dolph,
dude.
thank you for the bits. Like what I would do is I would watch my chat like a hawk. You know, like when I was on the PlayStation, like I didn't do the text to voice, but I would have my chat up and I would watch my chat like a hawk, and you know that's how I made it work for me on the PlayStation, because you don't have all those little indicators going off and letting you know when something happens. It sounds so hard to play on a PlayStation or an Xbox. No, it's not. It's not. You push a button and you go.
It's
Like,
it's crazy easy. You link your account and you literally, you push a button and you're streaming. It's so easy, and like that is what is great about the console streaming. But again, like to do anything, like it's so limited. I think
it is. Yeah, I do agree with you. It is sort of limited, but it's perfectly viable. Like if you have a PlayStation and you want to stream, just stream. Just do it. Just do it.
And I think you get even like let's say you're not going to be having you probably won't have viewers. Your first 2-3 months.
Dude, I didn't.
So like, why does it matter if you have like the perfect setup or like whatever? Like what's more important is having that, like getting those reps in. It's like going to the gym. It's like
it's practice, dude. Yeah.
And you need to work on that talent and that ability to stream and talk while you're playing and talk about your thought process and all that kind of stuff. And that's so much more important than anything else, really, because people aren't watching you because like you have dope transitions or your fucking green screen's great, but like people are watching you because you're entertaining and you're
it's the content. It's the content you're putting out.
Content, exactly, yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts on farts?
Oh, love them. I mean, I don't think we've really improved on the fart as far as jokes go. I mean, that's like, it was the first joke I think probably ever, right? A fart, and then
It was the first joke.
what's better than that? What's better than a fart? They're great. They're hilarious. They smell bad,
Oh my god. All right. Well, I really appreciate you being on. I'm gonna grab AGETV. I'm gonna grab Ross, and we'll talk to him for a while. Bill, you're a legend, dude.
Bill is a legend.
Anybody that's in here right now that is not following Bill on Fryer, I 100% recommend and vouch for his streams because he's a funny and entertaining dude, and it's always a pleasure getting a chance to talk to you. And it was really nice getting to meet you in Boston twice, actually.
Yeah.
So
We'll
I would love to get together again. Thank you so much for being here, dude. You certainly don't have to leave. I'm not kicking you off the island. I mean, you certainly don't have to leave, but I am gonna focus the camera over to AGE.
No worries, man. All right, well, I'll mute myself so you can't hear the marching band.
Okay, dude. Thank you so much for hanging out, dude. All right, dude. We got AGE TV here as
What's up,
well.
homie?
Dude, what's going on? How have you been, man? I
I've been
gotta.
busy, but I've been good.
The funny thing is, right, is I sent you prep questions and stuff,
Oh, you did?
but
Shit.
I sent you like prep questions, but I already forgot what
That's fine.
I already forgot what
They
I
were.
was. Yeah, I forgot what they
Was
were.
it in Discord?
It
It might have been
was.
in
It
Discord.
was in Discord. I'll take a look at it. But
Okay, cool.
how's your day going, dude?
Yeah, it's going really good. I made some pasta, which is tough to make when like all the food in the house is vegan. Right now, I'm at my parents' place and they're both vegans, and it's just it's a nightmare sometimes. And then I'm in my sister's old room to do this
Don't lie,
stream.
that's your room, dude. Giggle.
Yeah, that's this giggle, man. This is my room. Pink walls, for sure. It's a good time. I don't know. I'm having a good time. This last week was a really big week. We made a couple announcements about the esports camp that we're running
Perfect.
down
That is
here.
one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. So
Oh yeah, nice.
before we get into that though, so
Mm,
who so
mm.
so AGE TV, right?
Yes.
What is AGE TV?
We're Asylum Games and Esports. So the improv company that Bill works for and does stuff on, hi Bill, is called Improv Asylum, and it's based in Boston. We're based in the North End, and the guy who owned that started it as an improv theater and a comedy club, and then opened another comedy club in like a different part of Boston, and then thought like, what else is popular right now? And saw that video games and streaming and gaming was really picking up, and so he was like, all right, cool. I want to do something in this. I want to own a club in this. I want to be a part of this stuff. So he reached out to all of his employees to see who was doing what in the gaming sphere, and I happened to be coaching Harvard's League of Legends team at the time, and I was like, this is something I do. And he was like, okay, cool. We're working with these guys to build like an esports company, I guess. And over the last like 3.5, 4 years, we've been running esports and gaming events, like producing tournaments and doing social game nights and like
Yeah,
anything,
P1
anything we
P2.
can do.
P1
Yeah, yeah.
P2. I was
You're
down there for that. That was
not
awesome,
only
dude.
were you down there for that, you are now the commercial for P1 P2.
I know, right? My back is the commercial for about.
You and Shay Relay, shout out to Shay Relay and Bill are all in it.
Dardrius
So
is in it.
sister.
Dardrius is in it as well, dude.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun awkwardly walking through that club 15 times. It was pretty awkward, but
Yeah, man,
I
it
loved
was
it.
a good time though. We had a lot of fun, and so like we just are like a third-party esports producer. And so recently we've been in talks with the Boston Uprising and the Patriots down at Patriot Place for a long time.
This is
trying
crazy stuff. So wait, hold on. You have you personally been talking to Boston Uprising?
Yeah, I've met the Joe and Kelsey are the two reps from the Boston Uprising that I've talked to. Kelsey runs all of their events, and Joe is like the sponsorship sales guy for their team. And we went down to Patriot Place a couple of times and like talked about different spaces. We've partnered with them to do one of their watch parties before. We like showed up with a bunch of PlayStations and game consoles and stuff, and just set up like a play area while the watch party was happening. So like we worked with them a little bit before, which is cool. We met the team when they came and visited Boston. They're really really funny guys. Like,
Dude, that is.
yeah, it's like it's one thing when you're like, oh, these guys are professional video game players, and then you meet them and they're just like big super nerds, and they're just like a bunch of really cool dudes. I don't know.
You mean they're people like us?
Yeah, they're like regular humans who just really like video games, and you're like 100,000 people watch you every time you go and do anything.
Now,
I mean,
on the topic of esports, you and AGE TV just recently announced that you guys were doing a esports like boot camp, right?
Yep.
So
Yep.
what are some of the details on that? Like, first of all, how did you come up with that? You know, how did you come up with that idea? Where did that idea come from? And then, kind of, where did that go? Like from concept to like practice. Yeah, from concept to execution. Like where did we go with that? What was the path?
So it actually came from someone who emailed me via our website and just asked if there was some way her son could get an internship doing something with us in esports. and he was in high school. And I got to thinking, I was like, well, if we're gonna like, as an esports production house, like, why wouldn't we just make an esports or gaming camp for kids? Like, I don't know. I feel like that's a great idea. Like, especially now that like half of the colleges in Boston all offer scholarships for their esports teams and stuff like that. Like, why not? Let's just get involved. So I took it to my boss, who owns these theaters, and he took it to one of our sales guys. And then me and that guy worked together to pitch it to the Patriots, and they were like, "Yeah, we'd love to be involved in this." And then
And you do
eventually,
mean the New England Patriots, right? Like the football
yeah,
team.
yeah, like I got a check signed by Robert Kraft, like, yeah, those guys. And then
I just wanted to make sure. I just wanted to double check.
yeah, yeah. And then we like picked the date, and now we're selling it for the end of July, and it's just gonna be 1 week, and I'm super stoked about it. I don't know. I think more than anything, I'm excited because like it's another step forward for this kind of like taking
That
the
was a
esports
point.
and gaming thing seriously.
That
You
was a
know,
point
like,
that was a point that I wanted to make. I feel like the fact that you're able to do this is a step towards like legitimizing, right? Legitimizing esports as like an actual thing. You know, the fact that there are colleges in Boston that offer scholarships based on, you know, your skill level at competitive video games, that's
yep,
huge, right?
yeah, it's
Like
crazy.
we live in a time now. What a time to be alive, right? Like
Like, for real,
we live
it's
in a time
crazy.
now where, you know, as a 15-year-old, you can be playing video games, and you know, when your dad comes in to the room and says, you know, quit playing them video games, like you got to do this or whatever, you can be like, well, actually, if I'm really good at video games, I can actually make this a career. Like, so
Yeah.
I'm actually working on my career right now.
Yeah,
I know what I like.
yeah, this is my future dad. Just leave
Like,
me.
let me get this dub, let me get
Yeah.
this chicken dinner, because this is important for my career growth. Like, what a time to be alive when you can actually do that. Because I remember being a kid and playing video games, and I remember, you know, and my parents obviously they wanted the best for me. They weren't trying to be like mean or anything, but they were like, you're never gonna make any money playing video games. Like,
Yeah, hell no.
you need to focus on, you know, you need to focus on your schoolwork and stuff like that. Which schoolwork is important, guys, but like the fact that we live in a time where you know, video games and playing them professionally and stuff like that is really being seen a lot more legitimate as a career choice and a career option. Like, that's a really interesting thing, and it's really cool that, you know, you guys over at AGE have I think, you know, taken steps towards trying to legitimize it even further. I mean, especially like within the local community that you guys are in. I mean, being able to put that camp out there for teenagers to, you know, work on their skills, and I don't know. I just think that's interesting. I think that's
I would even take your point a step further and say like being able to take something like streaming or video games or something as silly as like these industries seriously like we do is one of the more important skills in a modern society. Like, that's being able to take a hypothetical silly idea and like apply goals to it, set like, okay, today I'm going to stream for these many hours, or today I need to get to this level, or I'm going to try to win this many games. Like, to critique yourself, to like have those kinds of executable like brain activity stuff, like
thank you for the
that's
host.
oh, yo, Dixtown, what's up? Get that host in. But like being able to do that and do it well, which is the kind of thing that we're teaching kids, or that we are learning to do really well as streamers and gamers, it's super important for elevating society, but also like things like moral debate or solving racism or sexism or anything else along those lines wouldn't be able to happen unless you could like take a hypothetical idea and make it serious, you know, like 100 years ago, you know, how would you be able to tell somebody, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna sit down and play this thing and better myself with this game, and they would take you seriously. But today you can be like, okay, I've got these goals for the week, and like just the fact that you're applying those kinds of things to yourself, even for a stream channel, like that's super huge. That's legitimate. I think that's super important in society. I don't know.
I
I'm
just
always gonna
yeah.
fight for esports and gaming.
I just
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
I think it's an interesting. Now, do you think that you're going to be do you think that you're going to be seeing y- like more like high schools and stuff? Like have high schools started to pick up on this, or is it really just gaining traction in like the college communities, like um, with tournaments and teams and professional, like trying to
Mm.
go pro and stuff like that? Because I feel like so many young people are interested in this as a career choice.
Yeah. I think so. I even have a story about one kid who was like 11, and his mom was like grilling me for questions about how do you do stuff, how do you get into streaming, how do you because he liked to play a lot of Overwatch or he liked to play a lot of video games, and she sees streaming as a part-time job opportunity for him once he gets old enough to go to college or to start applying himself to that sort of stuff. And like that kind of stuff, that the age is actually younger than we think. Like there are kids who are like 12, 11 that are like really good, or like because they have the time to spend on
Right.
it,
Yeah,
or
they
like
have the time to spend on it.
they get home
Absolutely.
from school. They get home from school. They don't have to do any homework because they're fucking 11. So they just sit down and beat the
Play
shit out of you and
Fortnite.
call it. Yeah,
Yeah.
play Fortnite all night. Like that. And then that kid's mom sees that he's actually good at it, and then looks at like the development of esports or gaming, or even the popularity of streams, and like what maybe watches someone like Ninja who gets some crazy numbers on a stream channel and is making like $300,000 a year. Like even just being able to like look at that sort of stuff, take that pastime seriously, and be like, oh hey, this is actually something my kid could do. Like we opened the boot camp up to ages 11 to 18, and we've got like a core group of like high school kids. Crazy Rooster, thank you
Thank
for
you
the
for the
host,
host,
dude.
dude. Thank you for the host.
We've got like a core group of high schoolers that are all there for the Overwatch stuff because they definitely want to do the college applications that are coming up. But like the Fortnite kids are like super young. Like there's a couple of 11-year-olds that have already signed up. It's crazy, man.
That's I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting that it's even a choice, right? It's even a choice as something that you can do. Like I never thought that would be something that I would be able to do. And I mean, there are just as many people that are, you know, to Flynn 82's point, there are just as many people that are, my age and up, like
Yep.
30, 30 plus, that, this is something that interests, that interests us too. I mean, I think it's such an incredible time to be alive, truly, that this is something that you can actually do and set goals and be successful at achieving them. I mean, what do you think about I'm trying to think of the best way to word this. So um, if you had to, and I asked Bill this question, if you had to give advice to somebody of any age, somebody that was getting into streaming, what would be your advice that you would give? What's your takeaway from your time, with streaming and that sort of stuff, where you guys have just kind of relaunched your streaming channel within the last 6 months or so? I mean, what would be your takeaway for somebody that's new and interested in getting into it?
For sure. I think consistency is something that I've noticed is one of the more important things, just because it's something that us as a company have struggled to keep on top of. Like having a schedule and sticking to it is like pretty significant, not just for your own mental like bandwidth, but also for like your audience being able to rely on you being there at a certain time, or like knowing that they can check in with you. Like having that kind of confidence and stuff is something that they definitely will need. And even if it's an audience of like 2 people, like my mom watches me every time I stream at 6 p.m. Like fine, but she knows you're going to be there at 6 p.m., so she'll hop in. Like
Right, and
that's the that's
I think
something
a great
that's something to
I
be
think
on
a
top
great
of.
example that I read somewhere. I don't remember where I read it, but a great example is like about consistency is, you know, let's say that you are my favorite television show.
Right,
You
right,
are
right,
my
right.
favorite television show, and every Tuesday you're on, every Tuesday, and I get to watch my favorite television show, which is you, every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Now, if all of a sudden you don't have that schedule anymore and you don't really announce any new schedule and you don't have the consistency, you're my favorite show, but when do I watch you? Like in my mind, that's the way that I've boiled it down to this simple, this simple example of like, if I like your content, I want to know reliably when I'm going to be able to see that content so I can plan around that time to be there to go see your content. Like that's how I've boiled it down in my own wheelhouse.
You got it exactly right, man. That, and I think Crazy Rooster said something good too. Like, for real, I like playing Fortnite, but I don't want to be stuck as a Fortnite streamer. Like, play what interests you. Like, play the things that you enjoy. Bill did like a 20-something hour Final Fantasy VII stream, and now is doing all the Resident Evils. Like, if you like competitive games like Crazy Rooster, then play them as much as you want. I wouldn't necessarily like.
I personally would never play Fortnite.
Yeah, I mean that's legit.
I just
that's
wouldn't
your
do it.
Style, though.
I'm not. I won't do it.
Yeah, that's your style. That's the Elder Taco channel style. Like you're gonna do what you enjoy, and I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, Fortnite is the biggest game right now, so everybody should go out and like try to tap that audience because it's huge. Like, yeah, sure, if you enjoy it, play what you enjoy. Like, that's going to be more important, that people are tuning in to watch you have fun as opposed to like watching you tear your hair out trying to jump around in Fortnite. Like,
dude, I played Realm Royale a few times, and
okay,
I mean, even Realm Royale, like I'm terrible at like battle royale style games and everything, and it just, I don't know. Like, it's hard for me to play those types of games on stream because I like to talk, right? Like I like to talk, and for whatever reason, I don't like to talk to people in real life, but I like to talk to people when it comes to there being a barrier of the internet between me and them, so like when I play games like Realm Royale or other competitive games, I feel like I'm super focused on the game, right? Because you're listening for like footsteps, and you're like trying to hear like, oh my god, I heard a horse coming. I think are they forging? They're forging, and like you're not like, for me, I like being able to pay attention to like what's going on, and even with this dynamic right now where I'm having, a discussion with people live, like it's hard for me to focus on the chat right now. Like there's the chat has been moving, but it's been hard to focus on that. So it's like, for me, when I stream gameplay, I like to stream single player games because I can play the game, I can pause the game, and I can look at the chat and see what's going on and like talk to people, and then I can just get right back into what I'm doing. But like, I'm so like, I don't know, I don't really know where I was going with that, other than the fact that I hate battle royale style games. I don't know, like they're not my thing. I think, man, to your point though, I think that what I was trying to say in a long-winded way is you really should just stream what you want, but also recognize that if you are a variety streamer and you do just stream the games that you want to play, you may not find an audience as quickly as you might. Dude, Scribbles Alex with the host, thank you so much, dude.
No, thank you, Scribbles.
Like, you may not find, like, so if you're, let's just say you stream for 4 months playing Fortnite, only Fortnite. Eventually you're going to gain traction from Fortnite viewers that stumble into your channel when their favorite Fortnite streamer is not on. Like, people that search Fortnite, they're going to find your channel. Like, you'll get viewers that way, and that's great. But if all of a sudden you play a game like White Noise 2, where when me and Shay were the only two people streaming White Noise 2 in the history of Twitch the other night, we were the only ones streaming White Noise 2. Like, we're not going to get new viewers from the White Noise 2 community.
No,
you know what I mean? Like, it's not happening. No. But we're having fun. So you'll still find an audience, but it may be a slower, more natural growth than, trying to tap into a saturated market like Fortnite or, PUBG or whatever, where the, the top two streamers own the 99% of the viewership. Like, that's I don't know. I am a huge proponent of being a variety streamer and playing what you want to play, because I feel like if you're not having fun, it translates into your stream. And I don't have fun when I play Realm Royale, really. I mean, I enjoy it, but I don't enjoy it. Bit Symphony, dude, with the host. Thank you. Um, I much more enjoy single player games. I don't know.
Yeah, for real. Well, that and it's just like if you're gonna sit like especially with the popular stuff, if you're gonna sit there and battle and you know that like you're not gonna enjoy playing Fortnite on stream just because like it stresses you out or whatever, or you would rather engage with chat than sit there listening for footsteps, then like the amount of, especially with popular games, the market is so saturated that like whoever shows up in your stream just to watch you have a bad time, if they're not into
Right.
if they're not like a masochist that's there to watch you have a bad time, that like, which is kind of Bill's shtick, not just
Right.
that one
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah. That is Bill. That is Bill.
Everybody tune in anyway. Taking shots at Bill and he's muted. I'm
Shade.
sorry, Bill. But like if you're not gonna enjoy your own work, like your own stream, and the market is so saturated, someone can go to another channel to find someone who's gonna enjoy that. Like when you might as well just pick a game you like and just stream that anyway.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know.
Oh, and Crazy Rooster, hey, I never said I only stream Fortnite. Haha. All right, no worries, man. I was just using you as an example because you had a good comment.
You had a good comment. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I think that's a good advice. Play what you like. You know, that's what you're saying, right? Play what you like. Boil it
Also,
down. That's what you
Bill,
got. That's what you got.
Bill has got a pretty solid point here. I think Battle Royale is the new MOBA. There's going to be a big wave of Battle Royale games, and then some might stick, but we're going to move on to a new genre in a few years. Yeah, probably.
I mean, yeah, I would have to agree with that, dude. Oh my God, Danger Video Games. Welcome to the stream, dude. Welcome to the stream, dude. Real quick, I know I only have a few more minutes with you because I know you need to peace out because you're DMing a Dungeons and Dragons session. So I know that you need to go. A little while ago, I did send a link to my favorite meat wizard. So my favorite meat wizard, Spamdolf, is in the Google Hangout, and so
True wizard.
my favorite Spamdolf meat wizard is here. So we're gonna be talking to him too. But he's been here for a while, but we've been talking. I wanted to let people know that Spamdolf was gonna be here. Because he's awesome. So,
listen to you guys on my way out to the game today.
But, dude, I don't know. I think it's incredible. You know, the things that you're doing with AGE TV. I think that the P1, P2 events you put on are great. I think it's fantastic that you guys have started a boot camp for people to get into the competitive gaming. I mean, do you have any kind of like final thoughts that you'd want to like share? What's your favorite food?
Oh, burritos for sure. There's a special place in my stomach for Mexican food. Holy smokes, I'm about it. Left, right, and center. Like, so senior year of high school, a buddy of ours got.
I like that you have a story about why burritos are your favorite food.
My buddy in high school got promoted to manager of a Qdoba, which is like pretty average Mexican food. It's not super great, but he would give us free burritos, so we were there like every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Not gonna lie. And now I think the Qdoba is the greatest Mexican food chain on the planet Earth just because I got all their free shit for so long. But yeah.
What's the in all honesty, what's the best burrito you've ever eaten?
White. Okay, actually no, that's not. So out in California, there was I visited a friend who lived in San Francisco, and there's a part of town in San Francisco called the Mission. I don't know if anyone's from California, but in the Mission, there's a cash-only burrito place called El Taqueria, and holy shit, go there and eat their food. It's so good. Best burrito of my life. El Taqueria, the Mission, San Francisco.
Can you give me a hint as to what your DM campaign is about?
Yeah, dude. I would absolutely give you a little hint about what my DM campaign
give me a
about.
teaser, dude. Let me roll for initiative.
Roll your D20 right now. So I took the
I don't have one.
Oh, okay, I'll roll for you.
What'd I
You
get?
got a 9. You got a
9.
9.
That's not bad.
Yeah. It's not bad. A little below average, but it's
Yeah.
not bad.
Well, that's
Um,
me.
We're on your show. You can't say you're a
I
little
can
below
I can
average.
I can say self-deprecating things about myself on my own channel. Thank you very much.
Yeah, fair.
Welcome to the mediocre talk show that is Elder Taco Talk Show. I am mediocre. I rolled a 9. That is below average. Welcome.
I'm gonna give you this D20 next time I see you, dude. But when so I took the idea of the Big Bang and I was like, okay, the universe was created after this explosion that's spreading matter all across the universe. Cool. What if we take that idea to the extremes? Okay, now the universe has spread out so far that nothing is touching and there is no life and it's just this empty void and that's it. Okay, so eventually something would have to bump into each other. Would it just start sucking up all the rest of the particles of the world? Would that mean that in like a billion trillion years the universe dies and is empty and then recreates into one giant master planet that's surrounded by these 4 stars and is Earth sizes like multiplied to the extreme because all the matter of the universe is there? What would it be like? What are the gods that would rule it? Who are the people that are on it? Let's play Dungeons and Dragons. So that's my D&D campaign.
Can I be the
Yeah.
ruler of the master planet?
I'll definitely play you in as an NPC unless you want to make a character and play. Our guys, we just started. We're a couple of sessions in. They just hit level 3. There's 3 of them.
Are
It's a
you
good time,
doing
yeah.
it? Are you doing it like tabletop, or are you doing it over the internet?
Right now we're tabletopping it, but we could do it over the internet if we need to. And I think one of the AGE employees, James, he streams with us every now and again. Shout out to the James
The
Station.
James
He's
Station, dude. He's got a
Yep.
bit that he does.
Yeah, he's dope. But he plays a lot of D&D too, and just sent out a big group text to the guys that stream with us about doing an AGE D&D campaign. So I might end up DMing that. I don't know what that campaign will be like, but yeah, I promise Terry T, I'll eat some more weird brownies and come up with something kooky. For
If
that
I
one.
roll a
'Cause
20,
then it'll be totally on stream.
if I roll a 20,
Yep.
can I destroy the planet?
No spoilers, but eventually, like the player characters are gonna have to make some pretty big planet-altering decisions. So
Oh, good lord.
yeah, I'm not gonna leave that one up to you. They gotta get to level 20 and like get in the room with the gods and stuff first, but eventually that shit'll happen.
Can I be one of the gods?
Yeah, why not?
Can I be one of the
Like,
party gods?
Send me one. I don't know if you can be one of the deities directly responsible for them, at least at this stage, since they've already created their guys. But like, yeah, the Elder Taco God. All right, chat. You guys got to come up with like Elder Taco's domains of control.
I would
what
be
what is he
chaotic.
control?
I would probably be chaotic good, probably.
Chaotic good.
Yeah,
Just like,
I think so. Yeah.
yeah, that's legit. That sounds
I would
legit.
probably be chaotic good.
Yep.
I think. I don't know. I don't play enough D&D. But
No,
chaotic
I
good
mean-
sounds good.
Chaotic good is like right in your sphere. I think that's exactly where you should be.
That's fair. Chaotic
war-
good god of wrapped spicy foods. Dude, oh my god.
I would pray to you every day for burritos.
What are your big plans for AGE going forward?
Big plans, like I want to get our own like hardcore space. I want to open up some like serious gamer bars and like I want to run some crazy competitions. I want to start a stream channel that's like where all of the local teams come to play and stream. Like I want to blow up as much, and it doesn't even have to be with AGE. Like I just want esports and gaming and streaming to be a real industry in Boston that you can like as anyone like any other industry. Like I'm thinking of getting into sports management. I think I'm gonna get into esports. I don't know, like those kinds of options.
And Boston's the place to go, and that's what you're
Right,
trying to do.
Like the fact that when Bob Kraft spent $20 million to buy the Boston Uprising for the Overwatch League, he went to Canada to find coaches pisses me off. Like that says something about like the level of professionalism in Boston overall as far as coaching or esports management is concerned, and I just want to elevate. I want to get us to the point where people are coming to Boston to do this because we're good at it, not because like we have money to spend or we're all really pretty. Like I want to kick ass at this.
That's fair, dude. That's
Yeah.
fair. All right. Well, I mean, I will let you guys go. Bill's still here.
Hi, Bill.
Here.
Bill, I think you're
Bye.
handsome.
I
And
have to leave too.
Bill has
yeah,
to leave. Thank you so much for being here, Bill.
Thank you for having me. It was really fun.
this was really cool, you guys. Yeah,
Ross
thanks
from
for having us on.
AGETV, thank you so much for being here, guys. We're gonna get right into chatting with my boy Spam Dolph here in just a second.
Yep.
So, I
Alright.
didn't give him any real preparation as far as anything, other than the fact that like, hey dude, you want to be on the show?
That's great.
That's it.
That's absolutely
That's
great.
it. I was like, yeah, you want to be on? I'll send you a
All
link.
right. I'm gonna listen to you guys on my way out to the game, but I gotta dip. I love
All
you all
right.
long time.
Dude, thank you for
Bye.
being here, AGETV.
Hey, thank you for having me, Taco. This was just the best.
Dude, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Spam Dolph, dude.
What's up, Taco?
Oh my god. This is actually
My
I
mic's
think
not okay?
I think
Check.
this is one of the first times that we've actually had a voice conversation, dude. Like
Dude, I think so.
together.
This might be the only time.
This might be the
One
only
and
time.
First time.
I love the Twitch hat, by the way. Bleed purple, represent, dude.
Thanks, dude.
Meet
50%
wizard.
off right now.
50% off.
50%
Is there a
off.
Spam Dolph code I can use for at checkout?
No. There's not. So yeah, you didn't send me any preparation questions.
Nothing,
at all.
dude. I didn't send you anything.
So,
I
yeah,
wanted
looked
you.
up some,
I wanted you to be.
some interview
I wanted you to be
questions.
completely blind. So I was just thinking maybe I will go. I can pull up James Lipton's Inside the Actor Studio questions, and we can.
Oh, I looked up some stuff too. I
Oh,
was gonna
dude, yeah.
compliment your clothes.
You're gonna
That looks
compliment
really
my
nice.
clothes?
Yeah, I like your hat today. It looks very good on you.
Do you like the Let's Summon
What-
Demons shirt?
Yeah.
With the
yeah.
children on it.
Oh yeah. It looks fantastic.
Dude, I saw that hater blocker shirt you had. That's dope.
Yeah, that's thanks to Kai Mora. He just loves to give things away like that.
Is that a
Sweetheart.
Bruce Campbell
Yeah.
behind you?
That is a Bruce Campbell.
I saw the shop S Mart and I thought that was incredible.
Yeah, that's a Bruce Campbell. I need to unbox it, but I'm a weirdo like that and don't like to take things out of the box.
No, you shouldn't take things out of the box.
No, I shouldn't. He sits in his box.
Dude, that's super cool. Is that
Watches
Arnold?
me stream.
Sorry, I'm just like I'm remarking
Oh,
on
yeah,
all
no, yeah,
I'm
Arnold's right
I'm
there, yeah,
remarking
yeah,
on
yeah.
all the We have the same chair, dude. We have the same chair.
Yeah, we do have the same.
So
chair.
I have a question. Okay, this is a real interview question here. So Spam Dolph is here. He's a streamer, fellow streamer. Very,
Hey.
very awesome dude. When you sit in that chair for long periods of time, how does your ass feel?
How does my ass feel?
Yeah.
My ass feels just fine.
Really?
Yeah,
I think
it
I
feels
got
good.
I think I got a bum chair because like if I sit in this chair for more than like 3 hours or whatever, my ass starts to hurt.
Your ass starts to hurt?
Yeah, like my butt hurts from sitting in this chair.
I would get your money back.
Yeah, it's not a very comfortable seat.
Yeah.
Do you have like a special like airline pillow that you sit on, or
I
like
might have
like a
more fat on my ass than you, so it's
I
like
doubt it.
cushiony.
I
I'm not
I
sure.
doubt it. If you've got a picture of Arnold on the wall over there,
Oh, that's to
getting
make up for how
swole.
I
Yeah,
actually-
it's definitely. I doubt it. Yeah, I don't know. I find it to be mildly uncomfortable. What I do like about it is the mesh back.
Yeah, I do too.
The
I sweat easily, so it breathes.
same. I think the mesh back is probably its nicest feature. What kind of questions do you have pulled up? You said you were looking at
I
stuff.
have 202 philosophical questions opened up right now.
Oh my
in
god,
the
are you
chat.
gonna ask me questions on my show?
Well, you didn't send me any preparation questions.
I
so
didn't.
I figured I was gonna get going.
Dude, yeah, let's do it. Let's
Oh,
play a game.
You want me to just start asking from the list
Yeah,
here?
dude, just fire away.
What does it mean to live a good life?
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, right.
Oh my god.
Deep.
What does it mean to live a good life? What does it mean to live a good life? For me, that's a really hard question. For me, I feel like living a good life would be being able to take care of the people that you care about, and being able to support yourself and stand on your own 2 feet. And I also think that being able to do whatever you can to do some good in the world, that's living a good life. That's living a good life.
Yeah, you nailed that.
Dude.
I like that. Somebody asked life goals the other day, and I told them to be happy 51% of the time or more.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
So.
You can't always be like, as much as I try to be like a positive force for people, right? You can't always be like happy all the time.
No.
You know, it's just I feel like you can't expect to be. But it's for me, it's the idea of getting out of bed anyways. You know,
Right,
even if you're not happy, getting out of bed anyways. That's what makes the difference. You know, because that's still being positive. You know, you got to try and fight the fight, dude. All right, next philosophical question.
Oh, next philosophical
dude,
question.
Hit me with it.
God, there's 202 of them. I don't know.
Dude, we'll be here all day. It's fine. I got time.
All right, cool. Is free will real or just an illusion?
Oh my god.
Dude, these are tough. I don't know the answer to these. I don't think you're supposed to know the answer.
Dude, I don't know if I could answer that one. Is free will real or is it just an illusion? Cool. Why can't it be an easy question like what's your favorite food? What's your favorite curse word, right? Flynn82, the trick is defining happiness. You're absolutely correct, man. And it kind of goes the same way for success as well, too, right?
That's true.
It's all about defining what makes you happy. What makes Spamdolf happy might not make me happy, but that's okay as long as it makes him happy. Stop it. All right, I'm gonna get some questions for you, because I didn't prepare for this at all.
Oh, great.
Let's see.
Both unprepared.
James, questions. All right, here we go. Let's see. What? All right. What turns you off?
Turns me off?
Yeah, what turns you off? What's a turn off?
An interview question?
What's a turn off for Spamdolf? This is an interview question. This is something James Lipton has asked famous people on Inside the Actors Studio. So if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for you.
Who did he ask?
I don't know. I don't know, dude.
Oh, man. What turns me off? Like pet peeves and stuff
like
that?
Yeah, that's fine. What pet peeve? What's your biggest pet peeve, dude?
I don't like when people have food in their teeth.
Ooh.
And I can see it.
That's definitely up there. What sound or noise do you hate?
Loud cars.
Fair.
Somebody just has that fart can on the back of their car. Oh my god.
The fart can.
Worst noise ever.
Oh my god, dude. What is your favorite What is your favorite word of all time? What is your favorite word?
I never thought about that. Probably food.
Food. Mine's probably pizza. As far as favorite word and favorite food, it's probably pizza.
I was gonna say pizza, and then I started thinking it's a broader spectrum than that. It's pizza and burritos and ice cream.
I have a funny story about pizza if you want to. Well, it's kind of depressing, but so it was my birthday on July 4th, right? And I had to work. So I got to the office and I got set up for everything, and my boss was like being very very sneaky, and all of a sudden, you know, a bunch of pizzas came in. They brought a bunch of pizzas, and they were like, "Happy birthday! We got you pizza!" Amazing. Right? This is an amazing story.
Yeah. Good day.
Shay Relay probably knows where this is going. So I looked at the pizzas, and they were all very complicated pizzas.
Oh.
With very many different things on them. And I was just like, I really appreciate the thought, but I won't eat any of these pizzas. there was like 3 pizzas, and they all had like the craziest ingredients on them possible. I was like, you didn't just go cheese? Like one of the pizzas, you always go one cheese, right?
You get have like a delivery place that just brings you a pizza with a bunch of toppings on the side, and you build it as you go.
You just build it as you go, dude. Yes.
Subway pizza delivery place.
Isn't that like Cece's Pizza or something where they?
I don't know.
I don't know. I've never been there. They don't have them around here. But I don't know. I just thought that was like I felt really
like a
bad.
Chipotle pizza place.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
I felt
yeah.
really bad that they spent a bunch of money on pizza, and I was like, I'm really picky, and I
Yeah, I
only
mean, yes, you
like
could have sat there and picked all the
cheese.
toppings off.
Nah, dude, it still tastes.
Made an
You
ass out of
taste it.
yourself.
You still taste it though, right? Like
Yeah, oh yeah.
if onions are on something and you pick the
Ooh.
onions off, dude, you can still taste the onions.
Where you miss that one little tiny onion and it
Yo.
ruins the entire bite.
It ruins everything.
Yeah.
So when did you decide to start streaming?
Right at the end of last year, beginning of this year.
Right, so
started.
around January. That's roughly, I think,
Yeah.
around the same time, around the same time where most of us started.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of the people we know started about the same time.
What was the thing that made you go, you know what, I want to give this a shot?
I was looking for a way to break up the monotony in my day-to-day life. You guys were talking about professional burnout earlier, and that's a very real thing to me.
Professional burnout is something that can happen. I mean, I think it can happen with streaming too, but
Oh yeah.
I definitely could see that as a good catalyst. I mean, have you always liked creating content? Like, do you like to do creative stuff on the side before? Like, did you do this kind of stuff
Oh, yeah.
before Twitch or?
Yeah, I grew up playing in bands and making crappy horror movies. So I've always wanted to.
Oh my God,
show
dude! You made a
some sort of
crappy horror
artistic stuff.
movie?
I've made several, yeah.
I made a
They're-
crappy horror movie.
Yeah, I heard. I need
Did
the
we
link
just
for it.
did we
I
just
think
become
Jarvis
best
was talking
friends?
about it. Yeah,
I think we
were
just
best
did,
friends
dude.
Before, but now we're like
Dude,
blood
oh
brothers.
my
I
God,
think?
we're blood brothers now. I made a crappy horror movie. What's the name of your favorite crappy horror movie that you made?
Oh, I don't even think we got as far as titling them.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, well, oh my God, give me the synopsis of one of them. Just lay it
Oh my
on
God.
me.
Um, think here.
Mine's super complicated and convoluted
yeah,
and
I mean, if you were to watch the movie at the end of it, you go, "What the hell just happened?" So I mean,
same,
Yeah.
dude.
It usually starts out like a really shitty mystery. Almost everybody dies in a terrible way. I mean, we were more worried about like
Were you guys more
what we could
focused on
make
the
look
special
cool on
effects,
screen.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Like
we
what kind of
we'd
bad
grab,
things can you do to your friends?
Yeah, we'd grab like old fish pumps and stuff and fill them with blood, and just have like the blood coming out. You know, when somebody got shot by a gun or something, we'd put the hose through their shirt and just show the blood shooting out. Like it was more about like what we could make look cool on screen, and the plot didn't matter, the acting didn't matter.
That's way more high tech than any of the special effects that we did.
Yeah, we were heavily inspired by like Evil Dead and that kind of stuff. Just like how they could make such a great movie with such low budget, you know. So we
Dude.
go to Goodwill and just grab everything we could.
Just weird, just grab weird shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we kind of did too. Like when we were working on our movie, we went to Walmart and we got like, I want to say we put like 6 or 7 rolls of saran wrap
Oh,
on
God.
on the counter, and the lady was looking at us like really weird, like, who needs this much saran wrap? And
Yeah.
why are there 4 of you? And what is going on? Should I call the police? It's like, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's all good.
Done.
And then I was like, you know what? We might only need 5. Like, let's just take one of those off. We don't need that much. We'll just take the 5 rolls of saran wrap. We used almost all of it.
What did you use the saran wrap for?
Dude, I can't tell you. It's an integral part of the film. It'll ruin it. It'll ruin
Really?
it. Yeah. It's very. Dude, the movie that I made is like so weird, and I reckon Spammed has made other movies. Goes off to search Spammed
Oh,
on
God,
a certain
yeah.
video site,
Yeah,
dude.
there's-
That's
don't look
every
for it.
80s 90s horror film I know, right, dude? Tin Man, Terrible No Good Gamer, Bit Symphony, Danger Video Games, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Solaria Games, dude. Solaria Games is here. Oh my God, guys. Sorry, it's hard for me to keep up with the chat when I'm doing these
Oh, she said Mob Pizza
conversations.
does that. Mob Pizza does what we want.
Dude.
Do they deliver though, or do you have to go get it, Solaria? That's a question.
Yeah, do
You
they
have to have it be able to deliver. Like I want the toppings.
hot
I
and
don't know.
ready? Yeah.
I don't see how that's ever gonna work.
No, they could have a hot.
that I
They could
think
have
about
like a hot station. Like they show up to your house. They have the pizzas like half cooked, right? And then
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
look, okay, I want pepperoni and bacon and chicken, and they put it all on there, and they put it in the easy bake, and they let it finish up right there, or they just give it to you to put in your oven to finish, right?
That
like,
works too.
Like,
yeah.
here's your fresh toppings. Here's your half-cooked pizza. Put it in your oven for the next 10 minutes, and you're good to go. And you've got a home-cooked meal.
And they don't expect a tip.
No, no, not at all. None.
No.
No tip whatsoever. Dude, if I were to show you guys the trailer for, we had a trailer.
You guys had a trailer?
Oh yeah,
That sounds
dude.
way more legit than what I ever.
Dude, this is from 4 years ago. Hold on, let me see here. It's only like a 20-minute movie.
No, Dardrius was supposed to send me the link to that.
Dude, hold on. I'm gonna find the trailer. Oh my god, I don't know where it is. What is your favorite game to stream?
Oh, dude. I thought I was gonna be streaming a lot of battle royale games when I first started, and then I realized that those games are miserable. Like you guys were talking about earlier, trying to keep up with the chat.
Dude, it's hard.
It's not for me. Like there's people that can do it. There's people that can be entertaining while playing those games. I just feel like it's so far out of my comfort zone that I stopped doing it. So I really like to switch it up, probably too often. I'm always looking for other games to play.
Dude, I have a hard time. I have a hard time with the battle royale stuff too. Like I did, and it's like you said, it's just not for me, right? Like there are definitely people that can do it. Oh my god. I haven't looked at any of this stuff in so long. Hold on.
Put it up. I want to see it.
I'm gonna. Hold on. It's gonna be. Hold on. I gotta pause it. Okay, guys. I don't know what's gonna happen as far as audio on this, because I feel like I need to give you a warning. We used a lot of what would probably be considered the genre like noise music. So it's like a lot of it's like a lot of harsh noise, like really weird. And I haven't watched this trailer since I made it like 4 years ago. So let's just bring this over here. Sorry, Spammy.
No, you're good. Put it over my face.
I'm gonna try and split you. Hold on. Let's see if I can like.
Right.
I want your reaction. Let's get you like we'll get you like over here.
I look better.
This is gonna be brutal, I think. I don't know if I can. Oh, but you know what? If I make this full screen, all right. Well, your face is gone anyways. But
That's fine.
dude.
John has a problem.
Yeah, this is, dude.
Is that the name of the movie?
No, it's called Taken from Silence.
Ooh.
There's me, dude. That is my buddy Isaac.
I think I see your problem. Oh, never mind.
Dude, it's brutal. It's so weird.
Oh, you fucking suck.
I played a severed head in a box.
What?
Right?
Dude, it was
You got any more beer?
it was a very weird. It was very
that
weird.
looks legit. We need to make a movie together.
We need to make a movie together. Oh my god, dude. It was it was a lot. What did I just watch?
I still got some good recipes for fake blood and stuff, so we're good.
Dude, you want to know what our recipe for fake blood was? I can only remember like half the ingredients. It was totally edible to a degree.
Oh yeah, They normally
But
are.
it was like we had like some beer in there.
Beer?
It was really weird. It was a really weird. we got this really weird consistency because we were trying to get it. So we had like a lot of strawberry syrup.
I was gonna say corn syrup. Was what
Well, we
used
didn't
for
want
it.
to. We tried to stick with the. We didn't want to use the corn syrup because we didn't want it to get like all starchy and stuff. And like,
gotcha.
so we tried to thin it out with like some like amber beer. It was
beer,
but it was old beer, so it smelled really bad. And
Yeah.
it was like we put like Jello mix, like red Jello mix in it, and like strawberry syrup and like all kinds of weird shit. And we had to make fake vomit too, which that was really disgusting, but also technically edible.
You know what's a good consistency for vomit? It sucks putting in your mouth, but like raw egg, that mucus and stuff. It works really good for like drooling and all that kind of stuff. It's flowing out of your mouth. it's nasty, but it works well.
I can't remember exactly what we used, but ours had like mustard and like parts of potato logs. It was gross, dude.
Oh,
It was
yeah,
it
probably
was
smells and
it
looks
was
like vomit
very
at
it
that
was
point.
very disgusting, but it was
Yeah,
an
I hate
interesting practice trying to make fake vomit, and the fake vomit made me want a real vomit. Let me put it that way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Um,
So it's a win-win.
Yeah, it was a win-win, dude. It was
Either way.
it was a win-win. But yeah, I think that's awesome that you made horror movies. We learned something new about Spam Dolph today. I did. I learned something new about Spam Dolph today, that you made horror movies. I think that's incredible.
Yeah, that was based off the creative question you asked. Yeah. Horror movies and played in crappy metal bands.
What's your favorite horror movie? Evil Dead? Does that
Probably Evil
count?
Dead 2.
Does
Evil Dead 2.
do they count as horror?
To me, it does. I mean, yeah, it's not scary. I don't know.
Well,
guess
I
it could
mean,
be
I
scary to
guess
some
like
people.
when it first came out, or like when I was really young, like it was scary, right?
Yeah,
Like
that would scare the shit out of me as a
yeah,
kid,
it scared the shit out of me as a kid, but I mean, as an adult, you can definitely see like the camp, like the humor, you know.
Oh yeah,
It's super
that
campy.
slapstick horror is my favorite genre, so that's kind of what we were shooting for when we made our movies.
So, are you a fan of Burn Notice then?
I watched like the first 2 seasons of Burn Notice, but I didn't finish it. Pretty much, I'll try anything with
Bruce Campbell is the only reason that I watched that show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the only reason to watch that show, I think. 'Cause you don't really care about the rest of the plot.
doesn't matter.
The guy's exiled from the CIA or some shit, and Bruce Campbell's in it.
We gotta get some other questions here for you.
I still have my philosophical questions.
Oh, dude, hit me with something that maybe I can answer.
I got this one highlighted. I found it while you were looking
Ooh,
for
you
it.
highlighted it, dude.
Yeah. Is humanity headed in the right or wrong direction? I think that's a good.
Oh no. Is humanity headed in the right or wrong direction? Oh, what a broad question.
Yeah, I don't have answers. I'm sorry.
I'd like to think that overall, maybe we're headed in the right direction.
Overall, maybe, yeah.
Overall,
That's
maybe.
my answer.
I mean, I don't know. That's rough. There's definitely enough people out there that are moving in the wrong direction that are definitely making it harder for people to move in the right direction. But
I think as a whole, like society is, but
I think I'd like to hope that we're moving in the right direction. You know, that would
I
be
would hope so.
that would be my hope. Dude, that's
I think society-
philosophical questions are so tough.
yeah, they are. I'm not sure why I opened this page. Seems like a mistake.
Not at all, dude. Not at all. I'm gonna go best interview questions.
Best interview questions.
These are probably more for like job interviews. This is what happens when you don't prepare
Yeah.
at all. Like, I love how I was just like, Spam Doll, if you want to be on my show, I'm not gonna give you any kind of like
I immediately went into,
time
like, a
to
panic
prepare.
attack and then was
Yeah.
like, all right, we
Well,
gotta do this.
Yeah, I definitely didn't want you to have a panic attack.
No, it's fine.
Let me see here.
Oh, so what are your favorite movies? Favorite movie?
Oh my god, dude. My favorite movie without really thinking about it. Are you sure that was fake vomit and you didn't just actually vomit? It was definitely fake vomit. I think there might have been a little bit of real vomit in there. But I wasn't the one that had to put it in my mouth.
Ooh.
So luckily, I got to make all the weird stuff, but my buddy Isaac, that was the kind of the main character, he's the one that had to go through all the bullshit that we put him through.
Yeah,
We
that's
would
something most
literally
fun
just get together and be
in
like, so what
movies.
kind of fucked up things can we do to Isaac today? Like,
Oh, yeah.
let's put him in a box. Let's stuff him in a trunk, you know, and we'll
Yeah.
just give him a lighter and that's it, and we'll film from in there. Like, we gave him the camera, like we gave him, like, we filmed everything with an iPad. We're like here's the iPad, here's a lighter, we're locking you in this trunk, do something.
That's intense, dude.
Yeah,
I'd
it
be
was,
like, no,
he
I'm not gonna be the one
he was
giving
like,
that
no,
choice.
like,
You
no,
guys.
we're putting you in the trunk, dude.
This is not what friends do.
And then like we put all the we put all the fake blood on him. Like, he went through everything. I didn't have to do anything. The only thing that happened to me was like I burnt my ass on the heater because I was playing a severed head, and like I was sitting underneath the table. Like, I don't know. Maybe we'll watch it at some point. But like I was
Discord viewing party.
we cut a hole in the table. So we bought this table from Goodwill. We cut a hole in the top of it, right? And so I sat underneath the table and put my head up through the hole in the table. And then we cut a hole in the bottom of the box, and we put the box over my head. And we filled the box with a bunch of bull crap to make it look like my head was just in the box, right? And they had an exposed heater on the ground, like near where I was sitting. And so like all of a sudden we were filming and the heat kicked on, and like my ass was hanging out of my pants probably a little bit, and that heater just like got real hot real fast, and it was very uncomfortable. It was very uncomfortable, dude. Oh, Funky Joe 86, thank you for dropping in, dude. Thank you for dropping in, dude. I had a friend like that. Name was Ollie. We threw Cheerios at him, and my other buddy set him on fire.
Set him on fire? Oh, man.
That sounds like good friends.
We had a guy growing up that we hung out with that had a fro, like the biggest fro, like a white dude fro, though. I mean, it was huge. And we had a buddy stick a lit match in the back of his fro, and the whole thing just went up on fire, dude.
Oh, my.
It was the craziest shit ever. I felt so bad. He was in the back seat of the car, and I just remember smacking the shit out of his head trying to put the fire out. Dude, you are going up in flames, my friend. I'm sorry.
I don't think I've ever heard anything quite like that before.
No.
Yeah, my buddy, we put a lit match in his hair, and his whole head caught on fire. It was funny.
Yeah, froze are very flammable.
What do you think the best experience that you've had since you started streaming? What do you think your best experience has been that you think about and you're like, oh man, what a great time? You know, what was that moment for you where you were like, I love this?
Oh damn, the friendships I've made, talking with you guys, learning more about everybody that I hang out with and talk to in the streams, on Discord DMs, like it's just been incredible. I didn't know there were so many like-minded people out there. I felt very alone and isolated until I started.
I definitely think I would have to agree. That was one of the reasons that I started streaming, was because I felt alone and isolated. You know, that was one of the reasons why I got into it. Because, and like, I know I've talked about, you know, like mental health stuff before in the past, but like it's been really helpful for me to be able to have a community that, you know, I can share my passion with and I can chat with. And dude, you lit your I better wear a hat. My best friend and his friend held his brother down and tickled him until he pissed his pants. What's an end game for streaming, or what are long-term streaming goals? So, I mean, like I have my goals kind of mapped out in my head. Like I definitely would like to be able to do something in this realm full time. That's my end goal. Stream dream, spammed off. I'm sure that's, you know, very similar. 100%. Like, you know, that's the pinnacle, right? For me, I personally feel like, and I mean, you can take this for what it's worth, but I personally feel like the what's the way I want to say this? The gold rush, so to speak, right? Of being able to kind of make consistent enough money from your viewership to be a full-time streamer. That's I feel like that's really still very risky. Like I can't in good conscience be like, I'm going to quit my job and be a full-time streamer and, you know, it's going to pay my bills. For me, I feel like the road that I would want to go down is I would want to create content and, you know, grow large enough so that a company would want to, you know, either hire me as an employee or hire me as a content creator, where I would get paid, you know, a certain wage from that company. And then, you know, then I don't have to worry about, you know, I never push for bits, subs, any of that. I never push for that. But if I was an employee of a company that was allowing me to create content as my job, and I was getting paid an hourly or salaried wage from that, that would be my end game, right? That'd be my end game. I mean,
Yeah.
other people might see it differently, and it's totally
You take-
okay.
Taking your passion, what you really enjoy doing, and turning it into something that you can do on a day-to-day basis full time. That's the end goal for everybody, I think. No matter if it's streaming or whatever you like doing.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that 100%. 100%, I would agree with that. I think that it's a hard landscape right now. It's a hard. My end game might be world domination, but we'll see.
Ooh.
Being your own boss can be hella stressful. I believe it, dude. Like, it's stressful. Yeah, I don't even have to believe it. Like, it's stressful. Like, I do this, I kind of do this on the side, and it's hard. Like, sometimes, like, I panic every time I get ready to. Oh my god,
Oh,
dude.
dang. Stallion raid.
Oh my god, dude, Stallion. I gotta check my phone. I messaged him a while ago, and I was like, "Hey, bro, you wanna come on, dude,
Dang.
for a little bit?" Because I know he's got some news that he's got some news he'd like to share, and I'd love to have him on. Oh my god, dude, Stallion,
Stallion coming in hot, dude.
dude. Oh my
Those
god.
tacos. Look at all those tacos.
Dude, oh my god, dude, the hype is real right now. WS Gamer 55, thank you for the follow, dude.
I got some tacos to throw in there.
Oh my god, you got tacos to throw in there, dude?
Maybe. I can't find them.
Hold on. I gotta send, yo, let me paste this. I got a couple people that we're gonna bring in here.
How often do you are you planning on doing these talk shows?
So that's the thing, right? So, like, I do these my goal now is I do these once a week. I stream pretty much once a week. Sundays, 3 p.m. You can expect this show to be on.
Really?
Yep. I used to stream a lot more. I used to stream a lot more. And I didn't boys, I sent out the Google Hangout links to Stallion and also to Barely Casual. When you join in,
Did you
just
send
let
them
me
some
know.
prep questions?
I did not. I did
okay.
not send them some prep questions. Oh my god, dude. Shaddy Gaming, thank you for the follow, dude. Shit, I lost my train of thought.
Oh, sorry, that's my fault.
No, it's not your fault. You
were doing
you
this,
no, you
Sundays.
asked me the question. Yeah. Sundays. So I used to stream a lot more frequently, right? I used to stream multiple times a week. But
Yeah.
one of the things that I felt I needed to change was, I felt like, and this is kind of going back to something that Bill and I were talking about before we went live. I felt like I needed to change something in order to find my own audience, right?
That makes
Like,
sense.
I needed to change something because I felt like I'd been streaming, a lot, and the viewership would go up and down and fluctuate, and it always does to a degree, but I just something wasn't feeling quite right. Like I was struggling to have fun anymore, and I needed to have that change. So I was like, what can I do differently? And I just decided to completely change. I'm doing like one show a week now, Sundays. This is it. It's a weird talk show, and
I think it's a good idea because that was some of my favorite streams coming into is when we just get in there and talk. And
Dude,
we would bring up,
I-
we would talk about everything, mental health,
I
families,
love
all
it,
that kind of
dude.
stuff. And we would talk and
that's my wheelhouse. That's what I like to talk about, because when I first started streaming, I was in such a dark place, and that was one of the reasons why I started streaming. And I think it's important to know that it's okay to talk about things when you're having a hard time, right?
yeah,
Like, it's okay to talk about that, and there's still a lot of stigma or surrounding mental health, and it's sad.
it's very sad.
It's sad,
Um,
but you're not alone.
No, watching your streams definitely at the beginning has helped me tons, and knowing that I wasn't alone.
Dude, knowing, like, and that's
But-
the thing that's important to me, right? So, like, we were talking about like what's the end goal, right? And one of the things that I said was that I never push the bits, I never push the subs. Like, I don't, that's not my priority. Knowing that something that I've done or said has helped like one person, that to me is important. Barely
Yeah.
Casual just popped in. Barely
Yeah.
Casual is here. I can see his weird. Oh my god,
Yeah. Oh well, he got smaller again. There he
dude!
is.
Tin Man with the sub. Oh my god, dude.
Holy crap!
Oh my god, dude! Look at this.
Spam Delph. What's up, Barry?
We got Barely Casual here. We got Barely Casual here on his potato.
Barely Casual is how I found him.
Dude, I'm glad you're here. But
Barely Casual brought us together.
he did, right?
Yeah.
I think it's important, to let people know that it's okay to talk about things when you're having a hard time, and it's okay to not be positive. It's okay to feel
Yeah.
bad.
You have bad days.
Everybody
It's
has
okay.
bad days, and it's okay to feel bad. Like, I have bipolar disorder, I have depression, I have social anxiety, I have all kinds of things that
Right, yeah.
make it difficult to get out of bed, right? When I was younger, there was some really dark shit that I put myself through, and you can come out of it. You can come out on the other side, and you can do the things that you want to do, and you can be successful, and it's okay. It's okay to not feel happy all the time. I don't know.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with you.
Dude, WS Gamer 55 gonna sub with Twitch Prime in a couple days. I appreciate it. It's 100% not necessary. The thing that I like the most is your time. I value your time. I value the fact that you guys are here right now watching and engaging in the chat. I know it's hard sometimes for me to catch up with the chat when I'm doing this sort of thing, but it's really fun, and I really enjoy having you guys here. Nah, mate, I respect what you do. Well, I appreciate that, man.
Taco's
But
a
like,
good gamer.
but back to the point though, right? Like, knowing that something I've done or something that I've said has helped one person not feel alone, or has
Yeah.
helped one person decide, hey, I can do this too, or
Yeah.
that's what's most important to me. That's
Yeah,
I
the
think
best feedback I get is when somebody will message me sometimes after a stream and say, "Hey, I was having a shitty day, and watching you stream for a couple hours made me feel better." And it's just that's 100% worth it right there. If that's all I ever get out of it, then it's
that's
worth
the
it. One
best.
person.
Like, that's the best feeling that you
It
can
is.
get, is when someone says to you, "Dude, you really brightened my day up."
It's amazing.
Something as simple as that, right? Like, you really
Yeah.
brightened my day up.
That's a bigger payout than any sort of bits or subs will
I
ever
was
give you.
just gonna say, fuck bits, fuck any of that.
Listen to this guy just coming in here dropping
I didn't drop
F-bombs
any
left
F-bombs
and
yet, but
right,
I will now.
I
Like,
can't help
oh my
myself.
God.
I will now. Fuck
Dude.
fuck
Screw all that.
Guys,
One, this was worth it, and I'm glad I was here today. Is so much more valuable.
I'm glad
Yeah,
that you're
exactly,
here
it is.
today.
It'll always
Guys, this is Barely Casual, for those of you who don't know. He's a good friend of mine in real life.
And he's super handsome.
He
I had to go get my hat. I was feeling left out.
casual, lowering the tone as always. Terry T, dude. Love the shade.
Always the shade.
Me and Casual started this kind of journey together, and we both started streaming roughly like at the same time. I mean, I think my first stream was literally January 20th, and your first stream was like the day after or something like that. Like,
We
it
literally
was.
started streaming on the same day.
Was it the
You
same
made an
day?
account, and you said, "I'm gonna stream. Do you want to play a game with me?" And I said, "Sure, I'll make an account too."
Fair.
You guys knew each other before you started streaming?
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I met Elder Taco through Dardrius, who doesn't stream, but he's in a lot of streams.
Yeah, I know Dodgers.
Yep.
I've
Dardrius and I
known
met-
Dardrius for 15 years. More than 15 years.
I met him about 8 years ago,
Yeah.
and I met Elder Taco maybe 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
I would say
Not too
5.
long.
I would say
Not too long after I met Dardrius.
I would say probably
met,
5.
Taco. I met you at Books a Million, Taco.
Yes, at a Books a Million parking lot. That is accurate. We started streaming at about the same time. And what is that? Is it like a little jewel? What is that? Are you jeweling right now?
No, it's a Suaran Air.
What is that?
Product placement.
Not sponsored.
It's a little pod vape.
Oh, pod
So
based. Got
I
you.
put my own juice in there, but I like it for streaming because it's
Doesn't
not
ma-
loud.
it doesn't make as
a
much
huge
noise.
amount of smoke.
Fair. I'm just gonna click off of that. It's like this giant big screen of just you're just freaking, I don't know. It made me funny. It made me laugh. But
What do you want from me?
dude, you were one of my most positive, like, as crazy as this is gonna sound, like, you were one of the most positive factors that, like, helped me keep going, right? Like, I'm typically the person that gives up when the going gets tough. That's people that know me in real life. That's that's usually what happens. And for whatever reason, I've just kept going on this. And barely casual was the dude that just was like, in the beginning, we were just on it. We were just on it. And I don't know, you were instrumental in helping get me to where I am today. So I appreciate you, dude.
Oh, thanks, Taco. I would not be here without you, buddy. I'm all sandy.
There's a lot of love.
Dude, a lot of love. Casual, what is your advice for new streamers, dude?
Just, hit the go live button. That's the biggest advice that I've been trying to follow lately. Is like I've been having a really hard time with work lately. Not enjoying work, not having a good time at work, and the hardest thing in the world to do some nights is hit the go live button. So what I've been doing is just, if I get home from work and it's not super late, I hit the go live button, whether I really want to or not. And every single time it's been worth it, and I've had a good time.
That's what I keep telling you, dude.
Hit
Like,
the go live
I'm
button.
so glad that you're getting back, like, that you're getting back into
Yes.
it, that you're getting back, you're around more, you're present. I'm glad that you're here.
Me too.
It's definitely, it's important to me that that people know that you don't have to be happy all the time. It's okay to fire up the stream even if you had a shitty day at work. It's okay, because for me, like, I feed on the positive energy that I get from streaming, right? Like, I feed on the positive energy that I get from the people that are here hanging out in the chat, engaging. Like, that's what makes me keep going. Like,
Oh,
my
100%.
my day-to-day life might not be the most exciting thing on the planet, and it there are things that bring you down and stuff like that, but when you go live, it's just all positive, right? There's no negative. And so for me, it helps cheer me up. It helps me feel better when I go live.
100%.
Yeah, I agree with you. You
What-
can have the shittiest day, and after your stream is over, you feel so much better. At least that's how I feel.
Dude, even when there's no, like, even if I were streaming and it wasn't like there weren't a lot of people or whatever, like, even if that one person, it's kind of like the inverse of what I was saying about, like, if I can make one person feel better, then I feel good. Like, even if one person shows up, dude.
Holy 5
Mayhem, dude. Mayhem Matt. Thank you so much for the
man.
resub, dude.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you so much for the resub. Like, even if one person drops into my stream and says something to me, like, it has that same effect. Like, that, it's so uplifting when somebody takes time out of their day to come say, like, hello,
Yeah. Yeah, that they are taking their time to come, hopefully get a little bit of what you get out of streaming, feeling possibly better for their day.
Flynn
Setting themselves
82.
up.
That is a valid way. No, that's
Fine.
valid, right?
Yeah, no,
That's
it is.
100% valid. Like, there's
I would love to
nothing,
find a way to make
there's
money off of
nothing,
shooting off of it, for
Flynn
sure.
82, there's nothing wrong with having that mindset. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, because I think for a lot of people, to a degree, it is about money. Like, this is a way to earn money, and that's completely valid. I mean, I kind of align myself along a different track, but it doesn't make how you feel about it wrong. I think that's totally valid, dude. And
Someone's building their own roller coaster. It doesn't make your roller coaster less a roller coaster.
right?
I like that analogy.
Still a roller coaster. I've never heard that before.
He might have made that up.
Is that a barely casual special?
Damn right.
Finger
and give
guns.
a Bobo. I'm right there with you on that one. But honestly,
Oh, yeah.
it's worth it. Like every cent spent on bits is a cent spent to make someone else smile, and that is its own reward.
Yeah, and
Someday it'd be beautiful to make more money than I've spent on Twitch. But if I don't get there, then I don't get there. It's still been a fun ride.
I've definitely had days where I've spent far more money than I should. I've spent far more money than I should, but it boosts that other person, and it's like it offers that positivity and that support, and it's such a good feeling knowing that you're helping somebody else reach their goals. Like, I have no problem, dropping in and gifting a sub, if I can. If I have the extra cash, I try to support people when I can. And it's such a good feeling, right? Give from a place of love and you'll get more than you could ever imagine, dude. Absolutely. You got to operate from Jomo Senpai, guys. Jomo Senpai told me this. You got to operate from a place of abundance. You can't.
Damn right.
You can't operate from a place of scarcity. You can't worry that, like, the people that you like. If you have a shared audience, right? Like, let's say you have a shared audience with people. You can't worry that they're not going to come watch you because someone else is streaming or whatever. Like, don't think about it like that. Just don't think about it like that. Like, it's abundance. Like, everybody they'll show up when they can, and if they don't, they don't. Other people will show up. Like, you just do you, man. You do you. You get out there. You do what you do what you do, and create content that makes people want to come and show up and engage. And, like, the people are there. The audience is there. Sometimes it just takes longer for some people to find. Dude, Werewolf, thank you for the host, dude. Thank you for the host, man. I started this as a way to support my gaming purchases and such after meeting Taco and Spammy and Casual and Solaria and Danger and Shay and Gibbo and everyone else. I'm to the point where I hope to change the lives of others. If I can make one person, just one, have a better day, it's a win in my book. 100%
exactly how I feel.
agree, Tin Man, dude. 100% agree. Guys, it's just like, I don't know. It's an awesome thing to be able to build up a community and be able to create content and that has a positive message, right? Like, overall, I try to be a pretty positive person, and like on Twitter, I'll tweet things out where I'll say, like, I believe in you. I don't even know you, but I believe in you. Like, you can do whatever it is that you want to do. You'll be successful at it because I believe in you. And I mean that. Like, there's no, as far as Twitch goes, right? Like, as far as Twitch goes, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no, I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no gatekeeper. There's nobody telling you can't do this. There's no boardroom of executives saying, no, you're not good enough. No, your content doesn't meet our standards. No, whatever. Like, the only person stopping you from doing something like this is yourself. And you can absolutely stream, you can create content, you could put videos on YouTube, you could be an artist, you could do anything you could do. The only person stopping you is yourself.
No, yeah, you can. And that's kind of a silly thing. I was talking about with Solaria about it with the other day. How, like, you grow up and people tell you can be the president of the United States or you can do whatever you want when you grow up. But then kind of video games were always, like, looked down upon. You can't play video games for a living. You can't
right.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing.
But now you can.
You can. It's absolutely a possibility.
As of like 10 years ago, this is very much something that can be what you do for a living.
Absolutely. What do you think? Okay, so let's go Casual. What's your favorite food?
What? We just took a left turn away from what we were talking about. Okay.
Welcome to the show, dude.
Lasagna?
Lasagna? That's kind of a weird choice, but I mean, I'm not gonna judge. I'm not gonna judge you. I'm not gonna judge you. How do you feel about Destiny?
You talking about the game, Taco?
Yeah.
Do we really want to get into this?
Do we really want to get into Destiny right now?
Want to get into this? I feel like it's a good game that has been that has. uh, I don't. Oh God, you're gonna make me do this in front of everyone. Oh goodness.
I'm not making you do anything. If you don't want to talk about Destiny,
No,
you don't have to.
no. I like Destiny. I haven't been playing it as much this past week, or this past couple weeks. I think that it's a well-made game that severely needs some spit and polish, and hasn't been given the proper time by its devs to get that spit and polish.
That's fair.
I don't think that it's a bad game.
I didn't say it was.
You have in the past said it was, but it's not.
Guys,
It's not the best
I
game.
have argued with Barely Casual for hours about the game Destiny.
And many other things. There's been a great many things we have argued about.
Kramer, the Twitch terms of service prevents me from doing the kind of show I want to do. Elder Taco, XXL male stripping not allowed. Yeah, and Werewolf, you're right. There is probably
other sites for
yeah,
that, though.
there's a place for that. Yeah, you could absolutely find a community, I'm sure.
Yep.
I'm absolutely sure that you could find a community doing that. You can be successful
I support you
in that, and I support you and I believe in you. And if that's something you want to do, you can do it. Put your mind to it and take that shirt off. You're gonna be
Send me a
fine.
link when you get it going, please.
If anyone has heard me talk about him, I'm always saying live, your life like a warrior. Oh, live your life like a warrior. I was like, can't read. Live your life like a
can't
warrior.
read.
Push to be better. Put your best self out there, because
Pretend
if
to
you
read.
can make a change in people's lives, you will live on forever. Isn't that the truth, dude? Isn't that the
can't-
truth?
You can't get buried with money, you can't get buried with stuff, but you can get buried with a reputation, and that's all they'll put on your gravestone.
Dude, my reputation is
This is getting deep, guys.
Yee. Dude, Madam Tilt is here. Oh my god, guys. Madam Tilt,
damn.
Shaddy Gaming, Mayhem Matt. Dude, guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate the company. I appreciate the fact that Spamdolf was so gracious to come on. Barely Casual was so gracious to come on. What are your plans, Casual? Right? Like, what are your upcoming? What do you have? Do you have anything planned for like your stream? Have you thought about like the next steps that you'd like to take, or like games you'd like to play? What's next for Barely Casual?
I mean, what I really want to move in the direction of doing on my stream is a focus on like indie games and supporting up and coming game devs and things like that. That's really where my passion in gaming is supporting the little guys. AAA studios don't need anyone's help to make games. They're going to keep pumping out games whether people like them or not. And people are going to keep buying them. EA, Ubisoft, all those big companies are evidence of that. I would really love to eventually be able to help smaller devs and indie game devs get exposure, like games like
That's a
Hat
good
in
goal.
Time.
So,
like
yeah, no, and that-
Standoff was playing today,
That is a
Like
good
that-
goal.
has gotten a huge amount of attention and support, and in a big way, it's because of the streamers that have been playing that game and the game reviewers and the YouTubers that have been playing it. That game had the potential to fade into nothing, but because people picked it up and carried it, those devs are going to have a long, healthy career making games because they're passionate about it and they made a really good game.
I mean, I think being an influencer is something that is, I think that's something that's kind of an interesting concept to me, where like you have built your own channel, you've built your own community, your following, if you will, and you grow it to a certain point where, you can approach game developers and be like, hey, I would be happy to play your game on stream, dude, and get you some exposure and kind of go and build those relationships with the gaming industry and bridging the gap between content creator and the game developers and stuff like that. I feel like that's a really interesting side of streaming that I don't really know a lot about, but I know it happens all the time. I think it's really interesting, and I think that'd be an interesting path for you to go down, dude, for sure.
It's something that's very cool to me.
Yeah, Flynn, you're not
it's
wrong,
a
Flynn.
goal eventually.
You're not wrong,
And
Flynn
yes.
82. Ideally,
That
the
is
game
definitely
devs would
ideal.
come to you. Yeah, of course. But if you're just starting out, make a couple comments or whatever. See if you can get somebody. To let you play their game for them. But yeah, ideally they would come to you. But I mean,
Ideally,
About
yeah.
when
Ideally.
you make your own game, send me a beta code and I'll play it on stream.
Yes,
Definitely.
please.
A Jomo Senpai action RPG is the game you should make, Gibbo. Jomo Senpai, a Twitch in time. It's got to look like
That's
Link.
actually a great
It's
title.
got to look like A Link to the Past. Make sure you do SNES graphics. Jomo
Has to
Senpai, a Twitch in time.
That
Two-
is such a good title.
That's it. That's it.
That is such a good title. I'm
Yeah.
actually stuck on that at the moment. That's good.
Design a puzzle game about me putting my kids to bed. Can we have mode 7 graphics too? Dude, I think it's a cool path that you want to take, dude. I think that's interesting. I think that's interesting. What game are you most excited about that's coming out?
I mean, I
Mother
I-
Simulator.
What
Mother Simulator.
what was that?
Sorry,
Uh,
Zipping Games got me thinking about it.
Is that a real game? Mother Simulator?
Yes,
Yeah,
it
it
is,
is, yeah.
and it's terrifying. That
You
is
do
one of the
laundry and clean
scariest
up
games on
people
Twitch.
stuff.
That sounds crazy.
You should
It's
play it
probably
on
a
stream,
good game.
Taco. You
No.
like horror games.
Is it a horror game?
No,
It is
it's not
now.
What?
not a horror game.
Is it a science game? I like how I still have Bill on Fryer and AGE TV up, and they're not on here anymore. So we're gonna take that down. Oh God, Tin Man. No,
that's a
that's-
terrifying game.
Yeah,
as well.
no.
That is
Oh,
an
wow.
actual horror
I-
You
game.
learn
that-
a lot more than you want to learn in that game.
We're gonna gloss over that one. We're just gonna move on. Did you miss Bill? Gibbo, you did miss Bill, man.
You had to run to the parade.
Yeah, he had to. There was a parade outside his apartment. No, he had to go to rehearsal for his improv thing. Mother is out. It's hard mode tonight, folks. Oh God.
Oh god.
What? So, I mean, are you excited about Fallout 76? Are you excited about Rage 2? Are you excited about? I mean,
Last
any of
Us
those?
2 is the biggest one that I'm real pumped about.
Last of Us 2.
Yeah, I love the first Last of Us. Last of Us 2 looks like, I mean, I don't want to see more of the same, but it definitely looks very similar to the first one, but it looks to have a faster pace, which I think will lend itself to being enough of a change to be exciting.
That's fair. Spamdolf. Most game you are anticipating. Most
Monster Hunter with me.
What's that?
Yeah, Monster Hunter with Barely Casual.
Monster Hunter with Barely Casual. You guys playing on the PlayStation?
Oh yeah, Taco can join in too.
No,
No.
I'm burnt out. I'm burnt out on Monster
No,
Hunter, dude.
just no.
Just no, flat out no.
Fast stuff.
Hard
Okay,
hard
fine.
pass. Hard
None.
pass. Monster Hunter is like, I like it, but I hate it at the same time.
I haven't got that
I feel
into it
like
yet.
the co-op is such a pain in the ass. Like getting a group together, like, and the way that they have the lobbies set up and everything, it was so convoluted. I don't know if
It is
they
a pain.
I don't know if they fixed it, but it was
They did
super convoluted, and it really put me off because you'd like, we streamed Monster Hunter a few times back when we first started, and
Yeah, I plan on streaming it with Solaria here in the next
Mhm.
couple weeks, hopefully.
right. So when you're trying to get a group together and you're trying to get a party together, sometimes like you might be waiting, like if the other person isn't like ready, like right at the like bounty board or whatever that you need to accept the quest and stuff like that, like sometimes there's like, you might be waiting a couple of minutes for them to get to the point where they can actually join
Oh, okay.
your game. Like it's super convoluted. It's doable, and it is a lot of fun when you get into the mission, but it's just a pain in the ass. Like you should be able to send somebody a PlayStation invite and just have them join your group.
Yeah.
But it doesn't work that way, and it's really convoluted, and it's a pain in the ass.
In a perfect world.
Yeah, it felt like it was kind of tacked on, but Shaddy Gaming is most hyped of the new Pokemon game on Switch.
Let's go
Tin
Pikachu,
Man
let's go Eevee.
agrees. Guys, I think one of the games that,
Charmander.
if I'm gonna stream a game again, I think one of the games I might stream is Dark Cloud from the PlayStation 2. I just recently got that on sale, and I got the game that the guys from Layers of Fear made, Observer, that I want to play. That has Rutger Hauer in it, of Hobo with a Shotgun fame, also Blade Runner and a million other Also, Blade Runner and a million other movies, but Hobo
Most
with a
importantly,
shotgun is
Hobo with a
probably
Shotgun.
one of his best roles. But I have Dark Cloud and I have Dark Cloud 2 that I got on sale, and those are like super fun games, and I think I might stream those. I also have Elder Scrolls Online that I've been playing with Shay, and I'd like to maybe stream that too because that's kind of like Skyrim, like multiplayer Skyrim, which is kind of fun.
Is that pay to play?
It's free. I mean, well,
free?
I bought the game for $9.
Right.
You got to buy the game, but like
I mean,
you don't have
what's the
to
sub?
you don't have to pay the sub if you don't want to. We just run around and do quests, but
Wait, what is the point of the sub if you don't have to pay the sub to play the game?
the sub you get like pay to win type stuff. Like you get bigger inventory space, like bank space. Like I guess it's not really pay to win, but it's just kind of
Pay to have a more pleasant experience.
pay to
Get
have a more
ahead.
pay to have a more pleasant experience is more like it because I feel like my inventory is full every 5 seconds, but if I paid the sub I'd have a much bigger inventory. So I don't know. What about Ori and Will of the Wisps? Is that the second Ori game?
Yeah, that's gonna be amazing.
Kramer is your guy if you want to speak to for lesser known indie games. The man is an indie game pro. Oh my god, dude. Blade Runner with the hearts.
New Ori, the Resident
I
Evil
like
remake
how
is gonna be
how
awesome.
Shay said of hobo with a shotgun fame. That's a good quote. Rutger Hauer is only known for hobo with a shotgun. Dude,
I just noticed there's a tiny taco to the left of.
Yeah. I was gonna point that out. What's he doing up
Did you
there?
just notice that?
Why are there 2 tacos?
Oh, dude, for a long time he was like over here.
was moving around.
He was just over there in the tree for a long time, dude. He's
You
just
should
been.
just add another
You
one
put,
up
like,
on
on-
top of the buildings in the background.
Can you put him on barely casual shoulder?
I wonder if I can just duplicate this.
I want him on casual shoulder.
I might be able to. Oh god. Ah,
Stand
the
stand in shoulder
immersion.
up next for him.
The immersion.
This year.
You broke it.
This is an earthquake.
Oh my god, dude.
Ah!
The
Oh, God.
immersion's broken. Now you guys know I'm not really in a studio.
Oh shit!
If I do
I felt like I was
this,
sitting on that couch.
and then where
Nope. He is hiding behind casual now.
is he though?
Peekaboo. Oh, there he is.
Oh gosh, he's in my face.
Is he though? Earthquake in San Anfrangeles, guys. The green screen. Oh no. Ah, you can see my fridge. Oh my god, dude. San Francisco is where we are right now.
Oh goodness.
Dude, I'm so glad that you guys put up with me. I'm so glad that you guys come and hang out and just listen to me talk about whatever. It's just this is fun for me. Nice fridge, dude. Dude, you got a nice fridge. You know that?
Don't
Like
eat him.
just a little taco.
You got a
Don't
nice
eat him.
fridge,
Oh, I
dude.
thought you were gonna take a bite out of him.
Dude,
I
don't
know, I was
take
getting a little
a
taco in
bite.
the head.
Dude, I need to be safe from you. I'm
There is no safe from
I'm
me.
concerned for little Taco's safety, so we're gonna move him away from you.
Just put him on your desk.
Just put him on my desk. Nice. I didn't really come here for this show. I come for the fridge.
I feel like
Fridge stream,
both-
best stream.
Dude,
both of
fridge
the
stream,
things that
best
I've talked,
stream.
I've
What
seen
if
the
I just
fridge.
put him like right here, like it's a logo, like it's a logo on the desk, right?
Animated logo. That's high quality.
Animated logo, dude.
Can you
Put
make
him,
one for me?
put him on the fridge, guys. My green screen is literally a poster board that has green paper taped and glued to it. And then I
Why
put
didn't you just buy a green poster board like Oogler?
cuz I
Sorry,
don't
too,
know.
too expensive.
there was the process. It was all about the
Budget.
process, right? So it was about the creative process. So
I see.
I got a trifold poster board, and then me and Shay got some Velcro, and we Velcroed it to the back of my chair.
Beautiful.
So that's why it moves around. Yeah, it was cheaper. It was cheaper to buy the trifold white poster board and then buy like the cheap green thin pieces of paper. It was cheaper than just buying the green poster board.
And it's flawless.
I mean, it
so
works, dude, right?
It
Like,
does, it
it
looks good.
works. I
it
think
works damn good.
it works okay. I mean, I think it works decent enough.
Budget stream hacks.
Dude, budget stream hacks. I'm gonna write a Medium article. I'm gonna write a Medium article about it.
You
You guys,
article, put a YouTube tutorial up.
YouTube tutorials would bright. I think it would. I think it would. Like if I could just get like a really bright green sheet, I think
Honestly,
it would.
Zipboom, if it's like a neon color, it'll work in some regard. You just gotta get the chroma key.
Yeah,
right
you
in.
just
Neon
adjust
green
the
is perfect, but
PVC setup. That's something that I was thinking about too. I just didn't want to put the effort in. I'm gonna be completely honest. I just didn't.
It's a lot of effort.
It's a lot of effort, man, to get some PVC pipes and like hook them together and do all that. I mean, you're looking at the land of mediocrity right here, dude. Like,
now we're talking
Like-
about the going getting tough. So
yeah, like you're looking. Don't do it, bro. Just order the bar and sheet on Amazon. I know, right? I saw a photography course that suggested that. Yeah, you can use any. I mean, you could theoretically use any color and use the chroma key to
Make it work.
block it out, but the neon colors work so well because they're kind of uncommon in most like clothing situations, you know, like my skin is not neon green, so it's not going to get washed out,
Not with that
but not with that attitude. You'll never get there with that attitude. But yeah, I don't know. I try to do all kinds of like weird little things. Solaria games, I wear neon all of the time.
You would disappear.
Yeah, you would disappear in
You
the
would be
chroma key.
invisible.
What are we? So you're playing Destiny 2 a lot now, right? Like when you stream.
I mean, I haven't played Destiny 2 consistently in about 2 weeks. I've just been kind of playing whatever on stream. I played the pre-sequel with Shay the other day.
That's
I
true.
was hoping to play Borderlands 2 with you, Jelly, and Shay at some point today, but
Why don't we do that?
someone was too busy.
Well, why don't we
Someone
do
had
that?
a talk show.
I always have a show on Sunday, dude.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
I always have a show on Sunday, but it doesn't mean I don't have time for you, big boy. Like,
Back to
we
what you
can-
were talking
we
about
can-
earlier, by the way.
yeah,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No.
No,
This is
I
your
always-
show. I'm not.
I always have time for you. I always have time
It's
for
your
you.
Show's canceled.
Show's
show.
canceled.
Cancel.
Go
Cut it,
play
boys.
video games together.
Can I kick people from this chat?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I was like, I'm looking through your chat for like a troll.
No.
and I have
I
the
was
sword,
I was
and
talking
I
about
gotta
kicking
use it.
you out of my Google Hangout.
Yeah, I got that now. Thank you. You're cool.
I'm
You're very
just
cool.
kidding. I'm just
Oogler
kidding, dude.
won.
Dude,
Oh,
oh my
yeah.
god, Oogler won. Oogler won. Oh my god, dude, Oogler won.
No, I definitely have time for Borderlands 2 later this evening. No, I was just touching back on what you were talking about earlier. Jomo's whole talk about coming from a place of plenty
Yeah,
or a
dude.
place of abundance.
Gotta
rather
be a
than
place of
of
abundance,
scarcity.
man.
I just wanted to touch back on that because I mean, this is a talk show, right? Like, this is about helping people if people want help or giving advice.
I
You
mean,
have it whether people ask for it or not.
You're not
And
allowed.
also-
You're not allowed to
Oh.
offer any kind of advice or opinions whatsoever. But Spamdolf can say whatever he wants.
It's because I'm not a pharmacist.
I
Right?
have zero advice.
I'm
good
kidding,
advice.
dude. What? Continue. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I remember back when we first started, and you caught on to that whole attitude of coming from a place of abundance real quick, and it took me a lot longer than it took you to really catch on to that. And I remember
Counterpoint.
I got frustrated.
Counterpoint. I got super jealous and pissed off early on. I got super. I'll admit that, dude. I'll admit that. Like,
I also
early-
got jealous.
of
and pissed
course,
off
dude.
early on.
Of course. I think everybody feels that a little bit, at least once, and it's totally normal. And, like, I was very, very frustrated one time, and that's when Jomo was like, dude, why do you feel like that? Don't feel like that. You should think about it this way. And that's when it changed. It took me getting upset and have someone else say to me, why are you getting upset? You need to operate from a place of abundance for that to click in my mind. So it's not like I just came up with this and I just accepted this. One day I woke up and I was like, I'm, this magnanimous dude. Like, I felt just as jealous and pissed off and frustrated as I'm sure anybody has felt at least once. And I feel like you're lying if you say you haven't felt that way at least once.
Oh, yeah.
And, it took
It
someone
happens.
else kind of putting me in my corner and saying, hey man, like, why do you feel like that? Don't feel that way. So, but continue. I just want to let you know that I felt that way too, man.
All I was saying is you definitely caught on to it earlier than I did. I remember one time.
Yeah, because someone
you know,
slapped me in the mouth
and
and said, "Hey, wake up."
That's when I figured it out. I just remember when we first started, and you know, I made a decision towards the end of that first like month and a half streaming that like it wasn't going to happen for both of us to get affiliate in the same month, and I stopped streaming for a couple days like to try and focus the audience on you, and it doesn't work that way.
But you know what? But you remember what happened though, right? Like, you remember what happened because like I remember that night. I remember that night because I think I had just hit affiliate.
Tin Man, you're beautiful. Sorry.
Yeah, Tin Man, you are beautiful, dude. You are beautiful. Nobody can see my baldness.
Oh, I guess Tin Man.
Nobody can see my baldness right now, so don't even worry about it, dude. You're beautiful.
That was a kidney bean, not a heart. That was bad.
Did you say that was a kidney bean and not a heart?
Yeah, I made a kidney bean.
I can't do the hand heart, right? Like I can't do that. I'm not good at that. I'm jealous. I'm 31, Gibbo. I'm 31 years old. I just hit the 3-1. Barely Casual is 45. Spamdolf is 19.
It's true. I can't drink yet. Sucks. I'm getting there though.
One day.
My dad always says, Taco, there are only a few perfect heads in the world. The rest have to have hair on them.
Oh, that's true. He's got to be bald. If he says, yeah,
that sounds
if
like
he
advice
says
from a
that,
bald guy.
yeah, that sounds like advice from a bald guy for sure, right? Right, Spamdolf.
Good advice, regardless.
But yeah, no, but like I remember. So I hit affiliate, right? And we had both been like grinding really hard to get there and get those numbers and doing everything we could. Dude, we were just going crazy, and like I hit affiliate, and I want to say that it was one of the nights that you were salty. You were salty about something, about numbers or something. And
I was salty a lot.
You were salty a lot, but so was I. Like, I can own that, dude. Like,
I can too.
you were salty about something, and I rated you. And it wasn't like a massive raid or anything like that. But I rated you, and that was the night that you got affiliate. And it was funny because for me it made perfect sense because that was the night where we were both streaming on the same night. We had kind of been going back and forth with each other about like, well, why should I have to change my stream schedule based on when you want to stream, right?
Yeah,
that was like the big argument. Like, you know, like you stream on these days and I'll stream on these days. And I was like, dude, no, like I'm gonna stream on the days that I want to stream, and that's it. And we were kind of going back and forth about it, but it brought that point home in my mind, anyways, that it doesn't matter, and operating from that place of abundance really makes a difference because, like, we were both streaming. I finished my stream, I rated you, and that was the night you hit affiliate.
Yep.
That was the night that brought you there, and it was like it clicked in my mind. It clicked in my mind that, like, it doesn't matter if we're both streaming at the same time. Who cares? Whatever. It's mutually beneficial. It's fine. You know, like
we came to the terms after like 3 days of talking about who we had to stream on what days.
Dude,
that just fuck it, let's stream if we want to stream.
I was like, I'm gonna stream on whatever days I feel like. That was my side of the argument.
Yeah, you won.
But like, dude, I think it's normal to feel that way though. I think it's normal to feel that way, especially when you're building a community of other streamers and, you know, you're all trying to reach the same goals and things start growing and spiraling out of control. And like, I think it's normal to feel that way. I really do. I really do. And it's hard sometimes not to get, you know, salty or jealous or whatever. But I really do.
Working on affiliate.
Especially when you're working on affiliate, you know, and I try really hard to just not worry so much about it, you know, just don't worry so much about it, because if I can bring, what does it mean to operate from a place of abundance?
I was gonna ask you to elaborate that on.
Dude,
on
so
that
like
too.
when you operate from a place of abundance, right? You're not concerned about trying to have, all these like, oh my god, I need to have all the viewers I can get because they're only going to be they'll be the only viewers I'll ever get, and so I can't ever lose, a viewer to another streamer, right? Like I can't ever, I can't share my viewers with another streamer. I can't do that because they're the only ones I'm ever going to get. That's operating from a place of scarcity. Like, oh my god, there's only so many viewers, and if they don't come to my stream and they go to somebody else's stream, it's all over. Game over, man. But when you operate from a place of abundance, you just think about the fact that it's like, yes, you're sharing this audience, but it's like an ebb and flow. Like they'll come to you when they can, and they'll go to somebody else when they can. And if you put out those good vibes and you don't worry so much about like the numbers, it's like, just don't worry so much about the numbers. Like the people will come. They'll come when they can, and they'll stay for however long as they can, and that's okay. And it's okay to share those viewers with other people. It's okay to raid other people, and like you don't have to worry about your audience shrinking. You don't have to worry about those people disappearing and never coming back, because if they do disappear and never come back, they weren't meant for your channel anyways. And it's important to remember that it's just, treat it like it is. It's a big community, I don't know. That's how I feel like it.
That's basically how I see it. Yeah, I mean, at any given time, to go on like the humble side, there are thousands of people on Twitch looking for something to watch.
Yeah.
If you want viewers,
Millions.
acknowledge the fact that there are thousands to millions of people on Twitch looking for someone to talk about or someone to watch. Give them something to talk about. Give them a show. Don't worry about whether they're going to come. Don't fret about whether they're going to come. And sure as shit, don't sit on your stream and talk about whether they're going to come. Come from a place of abundance. They'll be there.
That's another thing too, man. That's another thing. Like if you, I think everybody in the beginning makes the like mistake of vocalizing when there's no viewers. I did it. I did it. I did it. You did it. Everybody's done it. It's easy to do, right? And
easy to do.
Get desperate.
Easy to do. Hayate. That's my Bill on Fryer impression. It's easy to do, and it's easy to vocalize that and be like, oh God, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Nobody's ever coming to my chat. No one's ever come to my channel. No one's ever no. It's like, don't just
that was some ASMR shit
like
right there.
just
I like
don't
that.
right like just don't. It took a while for me to get used to the fact that it's okay that nobody's showing up, right? It's okay that nobody shows up. It's not a reflection of the content that you're creating. Maybe it is. Maybe it's partially part of the problem, but like in the beginning, you're not going to have like all those people just randomly showing up and like filling your chat and like whatever. It's
Unless
not
you get real lucky.
unless you get real lucky, like right off the bat, like you just.
And that's what
like,
that is. That's luck.
Yeah,
you
know,
get
but like
stuff right in the beginning. That's luck. That ain't skill. Nobody's better than you because they got a ton of people right off the beginning. It's
Dude.
They got lucky.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
And like
Someone won the lottery yesterday.
for
and that's fine.
for people that haven't been watching me since the beginning, like there were a few streams, I would say probably like a month or two in, where I talked about this kind of at length. And what I would do after a while, like I would say the first month or so, I got really salty. I put you back on screen, dude. I was missing your face. I would get really salty about the fact that like I would hit that go live button and nobody would show up. Like all of a sudden, because I went live, people owe me the time to just show up, right? That was.
It's easy to get discouraged.
I guess that was my mindset in the beginning. Like well, I'm live. Why aren't the people here? Well, it's like they don't know you exist.
Exactly.
So
it takes time to build an audience, community, to build your chat up even.
Yeah, dude, and it took a while, man. Like, but once I finally wrapped my mind around this concept, like, I would treat my streams that had 0 viewers in them, or you know, like 1 or 2, which was usually like myself if I was monitoring my chat on my computer, and you know, like electrical skateboard, some bot or whatever.
That's
Like,
my favorite viewer.
oh, dude,
Electrical longboard comes in now.
yeah, electrical longboard, whatever, you know.
Oh no,
but like,
skateboard's there too. Longboard is
I
the
would-
sexy cousin.
I would treat those
Ooh, they're casual?
streams. I would treat those streams like practice, right? Like those are the ones where it's okay if you're not like 100% on your game. It's okay if like, you know,
Damn right.
it's okay if you're not like talking all the time. That's the moment. Those streams with 0 viewers, those are the times where you can hone your craft. You can do what you do. You can practice, you know, narrating your gameplay, or you know, storytelling, or whatever it is you do. You can practice your funny voices. You can do, you know, whatever it is that you want to try and work on for your stream. You can do that live and get the experience and the practice of doing it live without the risk of there being an audience of 10 people that are like, this is dumb. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah,
like
you're not worried
it's
about- yeah. People
it's
chiming in,
okay,
yeah,
dude. It's
sure.
okay to have no one show up. And sometimes I still get frustrated when no one shows up. Everybody does. It's okay to feel that way too, but
It is okay. You just got to remember that it will get better if you continue to put the work in.
it's not an overnight thing, man. Like
No.
Twitch is a long journey. It's a long game. It's not a short. It's not a sprint, I guess, is what I
It's not a short con, it's a long
yeah.
con.
It's did you just say it's not a short con?
That's
That's
yeah,
what
it
I
can be
said.
applied to life in general.
Well, it's not really a con though. I mean,
So half life is
I-
the journey of getting there.
It's a saying. It's the long con.
fake it till you make it, dude. Absolutely,
Hong
right?
Kong? What are we talking
Are we talking about Hong Kong?
Long Kong, Hong Kong. I don't know.
No, those 0 viewer streamers. Those are what decide if you're going to be a streamer or you're going to be a dude who turned on a camera and played a game one time.
Yeah, dude. Like, you have to. I feel like
Yes,
I feel like you have to get.
Long Thong.
You, Shatty gaming, dude. I feel like you have to get through those streams, though, right? I feel like you have to get. It's almost like a rite of passage.
It
Like,
is 100%
It
a
is.
rite of
It's like a
passage.
rite of passage. Like, you have to get through those streams. You have to put yourself through the embarrassment almost of talking to yourself for hours at a time when no one's watching what you're doing. You know, like, you have to get through that. And once you do, you know, you'll start to grow
Do
naturally.
you remember that video you sent me, Taco?
Yeah,
when you
dude.
first started streaming.
How to talk to yourself. Absolutely.
There's a video
What
on
is,
that?
what is the name of the streamer? What is her name?
Hey Shady Lady, I think.
Hey Shady Lady. That's 100% it. One of the things she talks about in her there's a video she has on YouTube. One of us can link it on Twitter at some point. But Taco sent it to me about a week after we started streaming, when neither one of I think Taco had like 2 people in his chat at one point. I had like 3 at one point, and
They were bots, I
and-
think, too. They
and
weren't
they
even
were
real
definitely
people.
bots. They were 100% bots. I think one of us had like 1 person talk in our chat one time up to that point. And she talks in her. It's like a 10-minute long video where she's talking about, like, she shows, you know, some famous YouTubers. Like, she talks about Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, PewDiePie playing games, and the way they run their self-dialogue. Because honestly, people think playing games on YouTube is so easy to make money. I guarantee you that is harder than streaming 95% of the time, because you don't have any feedback. That is just you and a webcam
Yeah.
playing a game.
Yeah.
And she talks about their method of self-monologuing and how that works and how it does its thing. Thank you, Taco, for posting my Twitch link there. I appreciate
Cool.
that. Love you,
I
buddy.
gotta give that a follow. Is he good?
He's okay. He's kind of mediocre, but
He's kind of a casual. but,
yeah,
you know,
he's a filthy casual, dude.
Oh, he's hosting some guy named Elder Taco.
what a scrub.
Yeah, Elder Taco's a scrub, absolutely.
This
Like,
is how I met
through-
Elder Taco.
through and
I clicked
through.
on Barely Casual's page, and he was hosting Elder Taco.
But she talked. One of the things she says at one point is like, when someone clicks on your stream, you have 5 seconds,
I think it's statistically 15.
15, whatever. But you have a few seconds to either give them a reason to stay or give them a reason to go. And if they click on your video and the first thing they hear is, "God, this sucks. There's nobody watching. There's nobody in my chat. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Blah blah blah." What is that going to do for you? that's not going to make them want to stay unless it's self-pity, and I certainly don't want a viewer because they pity me.
Yeah,
You know,
I want them to enjoy what I'm doing.
I want to, or
Agreed.
someone hops in your stream and they hear Oogler's movie announcer voice going on for 10 minutes about how he just ran into the forge in Realm Royale and there was a bunch of armor there, and then someone came out of nowhere and shotgunned him in the side of the head. You know, which is more likely to get someone to stay? If you're having fun, people are going to want to stay and stick around and see what the fun is.
Yeah,
I
people
was
have
still
fun
there,
vicariously
I was
through
just
you.
falling asleep. That is what streaming is people enjoying what you're doing through you doing it.
Yep.
Live vicariously through me, please.
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 Join me.
And I like to live vicariously through my chat as well.
I do
Absolutely.
too. The chat is my favorite thing. I will admit, it's like I'm not
Go back to
used.
very casual.
Like I'm not used to the amount of. I'm not used to.
Go back to the better
Yeah.
looking
Oh,
one.
go back to barely casual. Okay, hold on.
Let's see that potato.
Like I'm not used to the amount of chat that's like in my chat right now. Like normally I read like everything that everybody says out loud, but it's been hard to keep up with all the stuff that you guys have been saying. Like I've been trying to read it, like, but I'm not used to it. But like, yeah, reading and engaging with the chat is one of my favorite things to do as a streamer. Like, I value your time so much more than you know. You know, like the fact that you're here spending your valuable time with me is so important to me. And that's like the only thing that's important to me is your time. Like I appreciate that. Usually I do pay more attention to the chat than the game, Tin Man. Another tip I have, and correct me if I'm wrong, but if you stream and think that since no one is chatting and no viewers are there that no one cares about you, you're wrong. I didn't realize how many people cared about me until I did my 24-hour stream, and I hate that I thought that way. Sorry, I'm dying. I do agree, Tin Man. I do agree with that. I'm gonna grab one of my drinks. Casual, what are your thoughts on what Tin Man just said?
My thought is that my foot is very sunburned, and I'm going to regret wearing a shoe tomorrow. I didn't realize until just now how bad this is. As far as what Tin Man said, let me run back because I read it and then I noticed my foot, and I'm upset about my foot. I agree with that 100%, Tin Man. That's something that's hard, and I mean the Discord that me and Taco started, that I haven't been super involved with, and I'm kind of sad that I'm not as involved as I should be with Positively Gamers, or Positively Gaming. That was something that we talked about. And
I think it's Positively Gamers.
It's that says something that neither one of us are entirely sure what it's actually called. It's something that we kind of struggled with, the idea of like how to show support to everybody, because it's impossible. Like there's over 100 people in that Discord that chat with one another, and like you can't get in everyone's stream. You can't be a part of everyone's stream, not all the time at least. But it doesn't mean that just because I don't go on everyone's stream every day or even any day doesn't mean that I don't care about every one of them or appreciate that they're a part of the Discord or anything like that.
No, you can only do as much as you possibly can.
Exactly. Like Spamdolf, the first time I hopped in your stream and actually spent a decent amount of time there was earlier this week. I have been aware
Dude,
of you streaming for
don't-
months now, and I enjoy your company. I like chatting with you in other people's streams. It's just you stream at a time that I can't always be there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that I wish I could catch more of, but I don't.
Like
I
almost
fucking
never can catch Solaria, Spamdolf, Factoid, Bethesda. I can almost anybody on the West Coast. I have a really hard time catching their streams, but it doesn't mean that I love their streams any less, you know.
Or
Like,
them as people anyway.
or them as people any less. Like I think that there's some of the most entertaining streamers that I've seen. Like
Oh, you sweetheart.
no, I mean it. You guys are great. Like but it's time zones is an important factor, right?
Yeah.
Like for
An
me,
important factoid, if you would.
an important factoid, if you will. For me, like I get home from work at midnight, you know, and then lately I've actually been able to pop into Solaria and Spamdolf a little bit more because of the fact that I get home at midnight. But like when I was working during the day, like a normal shift, they're streaming, I'm getting ready to go to bed. Like, doesn't mean I don't want to catch their streams. It just means that I really can't. So I
Right.
don't know.
It's yeah, it's the majority of the people in our little intermingled community that we're all kind of involved in, like the people in this chat especially, like none of us are full-time streamers. None of us support ourselves on this. We do this because we love it. We do this because we care about it and because we care about each other. And in that fact, it makes it harder to be there for each other and to support each other because we all do have to keep ourselves alive. We all have to make the moolah so we can share a little bit with each other and biddies and subs and everything else. It's you love the way you love and you take care of each other the way that you can.
Well, yeah, and I mean, I think my one of the things that I posted in the Discord as just like a README is, you know, like our Discord is not like a follow for follow type community. Like,
Definitely not.
I was speaking to somebody the other day, and as cliche as it's gonna sound, like I was talking to somebody and explaining Twitch or whatever, and we were talking about growth hacking and you know, different ways that people grow faster. And you know, I said to
I'll
him,
be right back. Sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt you.
no, you're good, dude. You're good.
Yeah, get out of here.
Here, so instead of looking at Casual's face, let's just look at this chair.
Oh.
So one of the things that I said was, oh, oh no, he got. You know what? That's still better than Casual's face. So no, I'm just kidding.
Meat wizard.
The meat wizard, Spam Dolph. Follow for follow is hollow, dude. Like that was what I said to him. You know, we were talking about it, and follow for follow is hollow. Like those numbers that you get from, you know, trying to growth hack and do the retweets for like, oh, follow me, I'll follow you, like whatever. Everybody's just in it for themselves. Like, so our community's not built that way. So one of the things that I wanted to make sure that I put out there was, don't take it the wrong way and don't take it personally. You know, if every time you go live, the whole community doesn't show up in full force, like we all try to support each other when we can, how we can, and whenever we can. But the reality of the situation is there's only 24 hours in a day, and you know, most people have full-time jobs, or you know, they're stay-at-home parents, or they do, you know, whatever it is that they do. And I know I personally only have a small amount of time that I can actually devote to jumping on and hanging out in people's streams. And so usually I'll only stay for a little while because I try to pop around to whoever is on. You know, it's just like, you gotta remember that it's okay for people to just drop by, you know. And I struggle with that too sometimes. I'm like, oh man, they didn't stick around for the whole stream. Well, it's like, yeah, they probably had other stuff to do, you know. Like, it's okay for people to just drop by, you know.
I'm
Sometimes
back.
there's better things out west.
There's better
You didn't
things
tell me
out
it was gonna
west.
You didn't tell me it was going to be an hour and a half. I had a lot of coffee this morning, and I
Dude.
drank most of the tea since I've been sitting here.
I know, right? Like, and
Try.
I started at 3. I mean, I usually go until whenever I feel like ending. You know, I think last time it was like 3.5 hours was the stream length. We're at like 2.5 right now. But
Oh, damn.
guys, anybody that needs to drop out, feel free to
Don't-
drop out. Like
All right, fuck, I'm gone.
yeah, that's fine. You can leave.
Oh. Oh.
Spammed off screen. You guys both just disappear. I'm like, all right,
Peace
that's
out.
fair. That's fair, dude. Meat wizard rip. Dude, oh my god, chair stream. I'm just scrolling back up into the chat real quick. Number of times I've been in streams in bed on my phone knowing I need to go to sleep but wanting to stay in chat a little longer. Terry T, you're incredible for doing that. I think in the 5 months or so of streaming, I've seen Crazy Rooster once because he's always on when I'm asleep, but I love the guy. He's always so supportive. Exactly, dude. Like, that's the thing,
Crazy
man.
Rooster is a bamf.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Yeah,
That
we
is-
can.
Dude is the hype squad. I am so fond of Crazy Rooster. I've played games with him far more than I've been able to catch him streaming. But goddamn, is that dude just a wonderful, wonderful guy.
Crazy Rooster.
He may not even be here right now, but I'm throwing down that link anyways.
I don't think he is here right now, but that doesn't change the fact that we can talk about how wonderful he is. Because that
No.
guy, I do not know a single person that has ever been more of a just open-hearted supporter of everybody. If you're doing things and you're there for people, Crazy Rooster's there for you.
Dude, yeah,
You
he
deserve
he's
so many
awesome.
times.
Like, and that's the thing that I really enjoy about our community is that, you know, and the other communities that I'm a part of, people really do tend to be very, very supportive. Of
Yeah,
it's crazy, right?
blew my
Like,
mind, especially at the beginning, how supportive everybody was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be like that at all.
dude, I yeah, I
Into
didn't
it.
think it was gonna be that way either. I really didn't. So I mean, it's like it's been a really interesting, an eye-opening experience. I think to see how positive things have been. Um, sorry, my phone is like making all kinds of noise.
Just answer it.
Yeah, I did. Hold on, I'm just gonna take.
Answer it.
Let me just take this call.
Hey, Mom.
Hey, mom, steampunk lady, what's up? No, she's not
Taco
calling me.
Mom.
Dude, that's another thing. Can we talk about the fact that my mom likes to hang out? Like, my mom
Your
likes
That's
mom-
pretty awesome.
my mom
Your
likes to
mom
hang
and
out.
Jomo's mom are amazing.
Dude,
My mom
mom hashtag mom's a Twitch, right? Like
They are kick ass.
dude, it's so cool. Like I remember I got on one day and I jumped into somebody's stream and I saw that my mom was already in their stream and she was like throwing biddies down and like, you know, like doing whatever. It was just crazy. Like my mom is
What
just
happens?
Your
Mo-
mom
what
hits
happens-
people with the lurk, Taco.
what's that?
Your mom hits people with the lurk. The other day I went to raid, and I don't know if she had just dropped in or not, but I started a raid, and all of a sudden I see Steampunk Lady pop up. Bye, casual. Have a good day.
What happens when she starts watching Barely Casual stream while you're streaming? Are you going to
She
be jealous
has.
of that?
She has,
definitely
yeah, she
possibly
has.
streamed
She
on
just
Taco
gonna
streams
just-
before.
Because I would be
And
mad at my
demand
mom.
stream.
Mom, you have one stream to watch right now. And it's mine.
Yeah, she likes to hang out. She likes to hang out in demand stream. It's hilarious, dude. My mom came into my stream once and she was drunk with her friend and wanted to show her friend what I do. LOL.
That's brilliant.
That's awesome.
Dude, I think it's crazy. Like I kind of have to like sometimes I feel like I have to explain what it is that I'm trying to do, right? So like my family members, they don't always understand what exactly I'm trying to do. They're like, "So you play video games on the
I
computer?"
get that all the time.
Like, what do you mean? I don't understand.
What I compare it to when people express confusion is honestly Twitch it's like busking. It's the same thing as like going out in a public space and playing guitar on a sidewalk. It's not the same as the people that sit there and beg people for $1 while they play guitar, unless that's the way you stream. But it's a lot like busking. You put the little jar
Yeah,
in
that's-
front of you,
that's
and you
fair.
play guitar and you play music. And if people like what you do and they want to support what you're doing, then they drop $1. And if they don't, then they don't. Or if they just want to stand and listen, then they stand and listen. And there ain't anything wrong with that either.
That's a good way to put it to somebody that doesn't know what it is.
Yeah, that is a good way to explain. Yeah.
And if people want to know why you make money doing it, it's the same. To me, that's the same thing as like going to see stand-up comedy. You know,
Yeah.
why are you spending money to watch someone stand on a stage and tell life stories? Because it's entertaining and you enjoy it. And yes, Bit Symphony, you can make a lot of
You
money.
can make a
busking.
lot of money busking.
I have been a part of making a lot of money busking at one point in the past.
Casual has a storied life,
I have
but
done some things, yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, that's I mean, those are the two things that I compare it to when people are confused by it. Why do you support anyone doing anything? Why do you pay to go see a movie? Those people have billions of dollars. They don't need your money. Because you enjoy it and it's entertaining.
Yep.
Fair.
Ain't anything wrong with it.
Fair.
Do I see why people say it's weird? Absolutely. It's a little bit weird. It's going to be a little bit weird for a long time still because making a living off video games is something that's been around for like 10 years.
It's got, yeah.
It's a new thing. But manufacturing cars was weird 100 years ago, you know?
It's still weird.
It is
Yes.
still weird.
Was
You
it
make-
was it weird 100 years ago?
I don't know. I don't know when they started making cars. I'm not a historian.
I mean, I kind of want to fact check you, just to troll you, but I'm not sure if I want to put in the effort. Your silence, dude. Your silence.
Because
Me-
that's something you
me-
would do to me.
Yeah, me and Casual, I just love to argue with Casual. Like,
That is
we
something
I
you
think-
wanted
I
to
think
do
I'm
a
getting that from you guys.
podcast.
Like,
just
we-
arguing with me at one point.
I did. I wanted to start a podcast where I just literally argued with Barely Casual about different things for like an hour or two, because for me it is incredibly entertaining, and I usually don't even have too much of like a horse in the race, if you will. Like
1885,
I-
first car.
I
So
just-
yes, 100 years ago it was weird to make cars.
all right,
Like you said.
fair, but like I said, like I don't usually have too much of a horse in the race when I argue with Casual about stuff. It's just fun to
100
do.
years ago, it wasn't 1885. 100 years ago, though.
Yeah, that would have been. Yeah.
I understand that, but cars are a much bigger change than making money off video games. So, 40 years is reasonable for it to still be weird.
Okay, fair enough. Fair. Sorry, I was getting in on this argument.
Dude,
I was
oh my
getting on
god.
that.
I love it. I love
You
it.
Is that
Like
live?
when I brought I
Can I
think
do that live? I can do whatever I
no,
want. Stand up.
please
We're
don't,
live right now,
because
please
we're
avoid that.
we're live on my channel. We're not live on your
That's
channel.
true.
So,
Taco, I'm sorry.
We'll have our editors.
make
grade
sure
it,
you
don't worry.
expressly say that it was a joke.
That was a joke.
So the
Thank
the thing that I think is really funny is there was one time where like me and Casual oh my god, what? So, Gibbo Bobo just gifted a sub to Solaria Games, dude. Gibbo Bobo, thank you so much for that, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, dude. I think the base argument
on top, so I could spam these emotes in here.
the base argument that I had with Casual one time that was so much fun for me, he hated it, was that he was talking about Destiny, and I told him that Destiny was a bad game. That was my argument.
You also were
that-
talking to me
that's-
like 3 beers
that-
deep in the middle of the night.
That was I was like, Destiny is a oh my god, dude. Tin Man is gifting subs to
Do you have a reason behind saying Destiny's a bad
Barely
game?
Casual's camera is making you seasick. Well, you know what? Let's put you on
Barely-
spam. Let's put you on spam Dolph. Let's put you on
Barely
spam
Casual's
Dolph.
camera
Make
is
it seasick.
sitting on a
Okay.
pillow.
Here, we'll get. No, don't make people seasick. Stop.
Oh, I thought
Oh my
this
god,
was
we're on a boat. We're on a
Yeah,
boat.
dude.
Don't
There
you
you go,
ever
my pirate
forget. It was
Oh, that's
Destiny.
horrible, Spam
Destiny is a bad. No, don't do that spam.
Sorry.
That's what Solaria said. Blarf.
Oh,
Like
no.
Destiny was a bad game. That was the argument, and he would just
It
come
used to
up.
be.
He would just come up with all these counterpoints and stuff like that, and I'd be like, yeah, that's great, but it's
And you'd
still
just be smiling
I-
on the inside.
yeah.
just
On the
saying-
inside, I would
Oh,
just
you
yeah. I was smiling on the outside, dude. I was smiling on the
So
outside.
what's something that pisses Taco off that you can piss
Oh
me off?
man, I don't know.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing pisses Taco off.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if that's true, but I
Nothing
mean,
that I would say, because I'd have to get personal. I feel like to piss Taco off, and I
You-
don't want
yeah,
to make Taco
you
upset.
probably would have to get pretty personal. I do remember one time though, I did get really pissed off at Casual because we were playing Final Fantasy 14, and
I still disagree with
he-
this argument.
we were playing is it a bad game? No. Is it not as good as they promised it would be? Severely yes. Tin Man, that was
Very much yes.
that was pretty much the crux of my argument. I was
I
like
agree.
I was like, yeah, I know you agreed, but then you tried to come up with other points, and I was just like, it doesn't change the fact that it was not what they promised me. So we were playing Final Fantasy 14, and for those of you who don't know, in Final Fantasy 14, there is a way to level your classes in a place called
Power of the Dead.
Palace of the Dead.
Palace of the Dead.
Palace of the Dead is
Sounds
a
spooky.
place that has
It's not.
it's a place that has its own leveling system, but when you finish a certain amount of floors, you get a bulk amount of experience points for your current class that you have like equipped, and it helps raise your overall class level.
Your real level, yeah.
Yeah, your real level. So it is, in theory, one of the faster ways to.
No.
No, absolutely
It
not.
is,
It
in
is-
fact, the fastest way to do It is, in fact, the numbers say
I don't
that
know
it is
if
the
it's.
fastest way
I
to
don't
level.
know if it's a fact. I think
Reddit did the math.
I'm pretty sure that Sheppy did the math, And
Reddit did the math, and I trust 1,000 people. More than I
okay. So Reddit did the math, and it's the fastest. Okay,
I was gonna say,
fine.
it's probably on the internet.
So
which way is fastest.
it's fine.
That kind of settles the argument.
That was not the point of the argument, though. So
But
he
Sam don't sit on it now.
he was like, Palace of the Dead is the fastest way to level, and he was leveling a tank. Now the problem that I had with him leveling a tank where he'd never played a tank before, and I believe Final Fantasy XIV was your first MMO. Is that correct as well?
These are big facts.
So he had never played an MMO, and he had never played a tank before.
But he read a Reddit post.
And he decided he wanted to level his character as quickly as possible so that he could play the end game content with us. Which
Yes, to give some background. I started the game because it was like 4 people.
Makes
that
perfect
were playing the
sense.
game, and I wanted to play with them.
Makes perfect sense why you would want to rush. You know, I get it. So the argument that I had though,
stop backing him up.
Tin Man already knows. Tin Man already knows where this argument is going. So that was what he wanted to do. He wanted to rush, and he wanted to catch up in level. And the argument that I tried to explain to him was that while, yes, it's going to be very fast, at the time I was not aware that it was the absolute fastest, but I said, while it's going to be very fast, you don't really need to fulfill your role in Palace of the Dead, right? Like, you don't actually have to really tank so much, and like the healer like kind of only has to somewhat heal, at least early on, and like you're just rushing through these levels with people like, you know, just killing everything. You don't really have to do what you're supposed to do because you can go into it with any preset party. It doesn't have to be like a tank, healer, and 2 DPS. It can be all DPS. It can be all tanks, all healers. The configuration doesn't matter. So your role doesn't matter as much, but you do gain experience quickly.
So who won the argument?
I did. In my
Me and Taco didn't talk for like 24 hours.
I would say that I won because I didn't talk to him. Yeah, I didn't talk to him for like 24 hours.
Okay, who went back and apologized though? Because that's
Nobody.
I did apologize for the.
There was a sorry eventually.
There was a sorry eventually because of how I ended our argument, but
But not sorry for disagreeing.
Not sorry for disagreeing because I wasn't wrong. My point
Yeah,
was is that he was not going to learn how to play his class in Palace of the Dead, and that I did not want him tanking a dungeon for me if he didn't learn how to play his tank properly.
And then he's gonna go to end game.
Right, and he's gonna. It's like buying. It would be like boosting a character to level 100 in World of Warcraft and never doing a dungeon and not knowing what any of your skills do because you rushed, And so I was like, dude, if you level that way, I'm not gonna want to do dungeons with you because you're gonna get to like max level and you're not gonna know what you're doing, and it's gonna be a
what he
pain.
said was, if you continue to level in Palace of the Dead, I will not play endgame stuff with you.
That's
not
true.
I'm not going to want to. I will not play the game with
We're not friends.
I'm sorry you got upset, but I was right.
No.
There's a but.
No.
Go back to what the first thing
The official
anything before the but doesn't matter.
Yeah, the official apology was for when I told him that I finally snapped and I was like, I'm done fucking talking to you about this, and I raged right out the door. I was like, nope, I'm done fucking talking to you about this. I'm not having this argument with you anymore. You do whatever the fuck you want to do, and whatever, dude. And I was super salty about it. I was very pissed off. That's when the apology came in 24 hours later, because I was like, I feel really bad that I said it to you that way. I was still right.
Back to that game since then?
I was still right.
Oh yeah, we played for a few months after that.
That's good.
Yeah. And then I was like,
it wasn't the same though.
Yeah,
right?
it was never the same. It was never the same again. Never the same again. But
I learned 2 things that day, Spamdolf and chat. One, when you're done with an argument with Taco, you back down. That's it. You just admit you admit your missteps. You admit you're
Step
wrong.
away. Step away.
Dude,
2, you do what Taco says when you play MMOs with Taco.
But
follow instructions.
But the thing that killed me, though, right, guys? The thing that killed me And Tin Man, I agreed. I get that he wanted to get to endgame fast. Like I get that.
I was a good tank, man.
I get that he wanted to get to endgame fast. That was never the argument. Like I wanted him to be able to play with us too, but I was also open to running any synced dungeon that needed to be run. I was with the exception of like what's like the worst one? Like what, Toto Rack?
I don't know.
I hated Toto Rack, dude.
1,000 realms of total crap.
Yeah, thousand maws of Toto crap. Toto Rack sucks. There was a couple of them that were really crappy, and I was like, I really don't want to do those. But for the most part, I was like, I will run any content with you that you wish, except for Palace of the Dead. Like, I will help you level any other way, except for Palace of the Dead. I just won't do it.
And Tin Man, eventually I did Cutter's Cry.
Oh god, Cutter's Cry is
sucks.
gross.
Now this is a Final Fantasy 14 stream.
I was gonna say, get a room, Final Fantasy.
No, I did eventually get to the max level.
Zip
I
boom.
did eventually get to be a good tank. I enjoyed myself. Which way is ice cream?
Dude, Zip Boom, for real. No, and Casual, end of the story. Casual, like he just said, he became a great tank. He became a great tank.
Not a good tank, a great tank.
He became a great tank, somebody that I could rely on to take the heat.
The best tank,
like,
right?
you know, no, I mean,
No, I was not
Dardrius was the best tank, but
I was a close second.
you know, and he did great things in that game, really great things. So, I mean, you know, it took a little while, but
You know.
we had a
You want
dispute.
to pull hole dungeons? I'll pull hole dungeons.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god. Let's be honest. Thornmarch Extreme is the worst. Oh my god, it's gross. Thornmarch,
These are big facts.
yeah, dude. Thornmarch Extreme is gross. I liked it though with the samurai. I think was it the Steps of Faith with the big dragon that just
Yes.
marched towards you? Didn't we like 3-man that?
Yes.
That we 3-man that. There was like one tank, one healer, and
What's
one
the normal party
DPS.
size you need for it?
No, it's 8 for eight for that, right?
6 or 8. Yeah.
Dude, it
I had to
was
get a reference on how
it was so much fun. Like,
because you could have said a 3-man to 3-man.
right? No. I feel you.
And Final Fantasy 14 is pretty well tuned. Like the party sizes are relatively necessary.
I got you.
Yeah, you're telling me, that's insane to me, dude. It was I was
It was a
max
good time.
I was max level samurai. I don't remember what you were tanking, I think. And
I think it was mid 50s.
yeah, you were tanking though, and because were we doing it for your clear?
Yes.
We were doing it for your
And
clear.
I was over leveled by a bit.
You were over leveled, but we unsynced it so we could get your clear, and yeah, we barely beat it, but it was so much fun, dude.
For context, unsyncing means that like syncing would mean that he would basically sync to the level, the max level for the actual mission.
Oh, okay.
Unsyncing means that he went in as a level 70 samurai, or level 60 samurai,
Like
rather
way
than, like, level
way
50.
over leveled for the content.
Yeah.
And those last 10 levels, those last 15 levels are huge jumps in your power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Compared to the levels before that.
I got you. Makes
Yeah.
sense.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. But the point is I like to argue with Casual because it's fun until he pushes me to the point of like, oh my god, I'm gonna lose it because you're literally not listening to anything I'm saying. Like,
We both bulldog a little bit.
yeah, we do. We bulldog, dude. We bulldog. We absolutely just like
Well, you're dumb.
you're dumb. No, you're dumb. And this is why. Well, I don't agree with that.
I'm not dumb. I'm smart. You're dumb.
Dude, I don't know. It's just fun to argue with you. But
I'm big. You're small. I'm smart. You're dumb.
we are probably going to play Borderland, dude. Borderlands 2. Absolutely love this show. Elder Taco, got to run, dude. Love to you and your guests, dude. Kramer, thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you, Kramer.
Dude, guys, if you guys don't know Kramer, if you don't know Kramer 311, dude, where you been living under a rock? Twitch.
I haven't. Thanks for mentioning it.
Can I
I lived
spell?
under a bridge.
I know you did.
It's not a very comfortable rock either.
It was very comfortable.
I think
bridge.
I typed that right. Guys, Kramer is a super entertaining streamer. If you have not checked out his streams, please go do that. We have a ton of awesome streamers hanging out in this chat, and it's just like Tin Man's in here, dude. Zip
Throw down some
Boom,
pog champs and
Oogler, oh
kappas.
my God, Solaria Games, Gibbo Bobo, Gibbo Bobo, Shay Relay, like you guys. It's
Sorry,
just
Gibbo.
like we've had some awesome people. Oh, dude, come on, man. I appreciate the bits, dude. I appreciate the bits. You guys are awesome. I am going to probably start to wrap up here. But
I just got a limited time Kramer emote. What?
yeah, dude. He
what?
did a something for the. It must be World Cup related.
Yeah, I still don't know exactly what it means, but it comes up.
We're gonna
But it's
do.
like a Kramer's emote.
We're gonna do Borderlands 2 with Casual and Shay Relay. I'd like to get that going soon, but I want to raid somebody, guys. I want to raid somebody. Do
What
we?
the hell is that?
does-
Rage footy.
Does
That,
anybody?
I think that's Kramer's emote.
No, that's
no,
some football stuff.
that's a football, dude.
That's
Oh,
World
right.
Cup.
That's World Cup, dude.
I'm pretty sure it showed up on Kramer's channel. I could be wrong.
It's yeah,
Happy
but it's
Wheels.
World Cup. It shows up on everybody's.
Carrie, I love you. You're my boy, Blue.
Who does anybody know anybody who is streaming who is not an affiliate? I know that's a tough question
Yeah, it is.
because a lot
It
of
gets
us
tougher all the
it
time.
gets tougher all the time. A lot of us are have hit our affiliate spot. I'm looking through
looking.
some communities now.
Is Dan an affiliate?
Let's see. Yes, I'm fairly sure. Yes.
I think everybody I
let's
see
see.
on is affiliated.
Dude.
Yeah, I think everyone I've got showing that's streaming is affiliate.
You know what? I think let's just get this pulled up here. This is
Find somebody who's
Oh.
playing the most intense game. We can watch them
hold
die
on.
repeatedly.
I think we got somebody. Stealth and All is in the candy jar. Mint Toby's community, and she is streaming Stardew Valley, and she is not affiliated yet.
Boom.
guys,
There you go.
let's
Let's go blow
do.
mind.
Blow it up.
Let's
The
do.
boom. Thanks for having me on your
this.
show, Taco.
Dude,
Yeah, thank you, Taco.
Thanks for answering my philosophical questions.
Dude, your philosophical questions were incredible.
What was the philosophical question?
Dude, he had 202 of them. You missed them all. Guys, thank you so much
They're
for
absolutely miserable
being
questions.
here and hanging
I
out.
apologize for 'em.
Thank you for your time, and thank you for just, I don't know, I just appreciate you. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being here. And I will see
Thanks
you
for having me.
guys
I'm glad I could be here today, Taco.
on the show next Sunday, and I'll be streaming later with Chevrolet.
Later, Tim Man.